Hello and welcome to Down the Vent. I clicked the wrong.
I saw a quick splash, I think, of
That's Joe.
a Pandemic Legacy.
That's Matt.
Is that what I saw?
I'm Steve. Paul's got it going on. Yeah, there you go.
He's
Good
last.
job, Paul. Good job, Paul.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a long day, and I was trying.
This is
to,
Joe.
That's the best intro.
I was trying to
This is
post.
Matt.
I was trying to post to Facebook that we're live.
Counting down.
Wow. Anyways, welcome to Down the Vent. We are playing Alien Artifacts from Portal Games.
Yes.
This is a 4X card game. It's supposed to take the 4X genre and bring it into a game under an hour. We're going to put that to the test today as we learn as we play.
Yeah.
25-minute learning.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But we'll try. We'll do our best.
Steve put his guarantee on it.
This will be like 48 minutes.
At 46 minutes, I wiped the table clean.
Yeah.
So we,
Just throw it all at Steve.
we better get going.
Yeah. That's
Time's
gonna
counting
be.
Time's counting down, Steve.
Yeah. It's going. Okay, so Alien Artifacts, science fiction game. Essentially, it's supposed to have some replication of 4X game, expand, exploit, explore, and exterminate. But I've heard varying feelings on how well it replicated that. But it is fairly fast, and it's all card driven, so should be pretty good. I've heard a lot of good things. So essentially, we will be building up our various species with as best we can, and at the end of the game, it's going to be victory points, which are listed on our track here. This is our victory point track over here. We have 4 total rounds that are going, and then we all have our own different factions that we're playing. I'm the Star Union. I'll start with 8 money in my bank. And then there'll be some setup that'll go on in a minute about some starting resources that we'll have either in our construction side, which is our left-hand side, or our actual empire side, which is where we actually have stuff that's been completed and is available to be used. Okay, so that'll vary a little bit per person. And from there, we're just going to go forward. We will have hands of resource cards that allow us to do, that give us the ability to... we will pay for other cards using the resources that are available. So the cards that are on here, just to give us an example, this one here can either be used to make ships or to do technology. The third type would be to have planets, so they'll have like a little bit of a moon symbol, kind of like what's on the bottom side of our board, right? When you're paying for something, you can pay up to there's a limit. What's that limit called? I think it's your resource limit, I want to say. It says somewhere on the thing. But essentially you can use 2 cards to the amount of bonus points that you get off of 2 cards, or the amount of resources you get off of up to 2 cards normally, to then purchase an item or to get it built or do whatever to get it out onto your boards. Other cards, though, later in the game will increase the number of cards that you can use to do that kind of thing. And then there's other things that go along with that. These are the ship cards. So these are all these cards are double-sided. So there's one side that gives you a certain amount of or certain kinds of pieces. So these are there's an operational side. So this it says down in the corner, operational expansion ship, and on the other side are the logistics expansion ships. I think these might need to be on the other side now that I think about it. Yep, these need to be flipped over. So,
Pandora.
Essentially what happens is that when you first get these, they'll end up going in on the side, on your construction side of the board. And then over the course of of your different turns and whatever else, you'll eventually gain enough stuff to actually get them turned into their operational side. And these are either operational or logistics. Now, again, when they get over to this operational side, they can be either one. And each side has different effects. So, this ship's logistics side is ongoing and increase your assembly limit. So that's the amount of cards you can use to purchase other pieces. For the develop a technology action by 1. So if I had this card and it was operational, I could only use 2 cards to purchase these type of the ships or the planets, but I could use up to 3 or increase. I would have up to 3 based on this to actually get the technology things going, because your assembly limit is how many cards you can use from your resource stack. Okay, so again, if I had this card, I'm going to have a better time of doing this, and further, multiple cards that do the same thing would stack, right? So if I had several of these, it would give me I could use more and more cards. This one here, as an alternate example, reduces the cost to develop a technology by 1. Okay. So when this card, once this card becomes operational on your, becomes active on your player board, or assuming it did, then every one of the, however much it would normally cost you, would cost you 1 less. Those are those. The opposite side has a completely different. So this one's ongoing is when this ship gains a. What is the symbol there? All these symbols mean something or other.
What is this?
Explore.
Symbolism.
Gains blank during an attack. So I'm assuming that's one of the symbols in the other part.
Is it one of these?
Yeah, alien artifact. So
Okay.
when this ship gains an alien artifact during an attack, draw 2 alien artifacts, keep 1, and discard the remaining 1. So the alien artifacts are in this deck. The alien systems are in this deck, which is the seed system that we start with. Defense plans. These are things that you can use to defend against other attacks by people or by other things, but largely by the different people that are involved. So again, all of these have 2 sides. They will start off here. You can look at either side as much as you want while they're here. However, you can't look at the other side of these while they're there, because it would give you a clue as to what the next ship down would be.
Okay.
Right? Like so you're not supposed to look at the backside of this, because it would give you a clue to the further one down. Once you've gotten it into your tableau, though, on the one side, you can look at them either side. Once they cross and they go onto this side, you have to pick which side is the actual active. Yeah, the logistics are operational. Okay, so that's a very, and I know that wasn't the greatest, but that's how that works right there.
Damn it.
You'll also notice that on your resource cards, the resources, one side will have one resource, and then the opposite side will have different resources, and that is something to be aware of. So one end, depending on which end of the card you play, you'll get a different amount of resources depending on what it is.
So it could be either or.
Yeah, it'll be one or the other, your choice. Yeah. So your faction board, this will maintain the order. Again, your bank is on your faction board, and that's the actual money. Anything that looks like a odd C is money on there, like it's credits. Yeah. If you notice, Yep. So anything there. Ships in construction, undiscovered planets, newly funded technology are placed on the left side. You will transfer them to the right side when you either build ships, discover the planets, or develop the technologies. So if you look on this side of the board, it shows being able to doing discovering, developing, or building, or trading. It literally explains that stuff on that side for those people that are looking at that. Bottom track, so the bank track, you can never go above 15, you never go below 0. So if anything would ever reduce you or make you go above,
I do see negative credits here, though.
These are actually put onto items. These are considered blockades. So what they do is they protect you from, like, it costs money to get through the things. I will go over those in 1 second, but they do a whole additional thing. Yeah. On the right side, you'll notice. Okay, so on the right side here are the operational actions available to your empire. So they might differ somewhat. I'm not sure though. Start offensive action. Spend 5 ships, all operational, or 5 ship resources, all operational ships, in your empire may immediately attack the alien system of or one player's empire. So you either attack this system. So these are the systems that are out here. This is a system that you would actually be able to. And there's different defense levels on this system. So, again, basic defense plans, depending on what they go through. This is us defending, attacking. There's various things here. Or we can attack each other. And so the attacking of each other we might do in order to gain certain things. The second part is gain revenue. So you could spend 5 of the technology resources to draw and reveal one. I believe that's going to be a resource for each operational technology in your empire. If the new resource that comes up matches the technology, then you're going to type and score the card. Again, I'll go over that in a second. And then mine planets, spend 5 planet resources. Each operational planet in your empire produces one resource card. So essentially, you're actually mining your planets to get some kind of resources out of them. Okay. Right. All right. So the resource cards. Again, I'm going to flip one of these over. Split into 2 sections with a number in the middle. On each section, you can find 1 to 3 resource symbols in one of 4 colors: blue research symbols, green discovery symbols, red military symbols, and gold assets symbols.
Gold.
So that's gold there, obviously blue. So that's your technology. Each resource section also has a gray icon indicating the resource's matching card type. So that would be this gray icon there or that gray icon there, which are listed in various parts of your card. Right. Yeah. When you use a resource card for any reason, you will have to choose which section to use for each card. You can never use both. The number in the middle of the card is important only for combat. Oh. Each card can show a number from 1 to 4. All right, so that's those. Technology cards, those are the middle pieces. There are 4 different technology types: explore, expand, exterminate, and exploit. So again, those are going to match here in these corner symbols, right? So that determines which thing they are. The logistics side, so that would be these sides. They will have an in-game effect. They'll either have an ongoing effect that obviously happens all the time. Additionally, effect where you can activate the effect of this card before or after your regular action. Or an action, you can activate the effect of this card instead of your one action for your turn. So each turn you're going to get a one action. So again, depending on what you're doing here, it could determine which one of the things that you're, which is going on, right? So this one's got an ongoing on it. That one's got an ongoing on it. This one is the reduce the cost. So that would be one of those additionally kind of a things that would, just reduces what you have on there. The operational side of the technology, so the opposite side, has a scoring effect. These provide you with a goal-oriented way to score victory points at the end of the game. So essentially, the opposite sides are what's are letting you score points, or giving you bonus ways of scoring points. So what does that one say?
It says building bonus. Produce 3 resources on this planet. So I guess that might be a bad example of one.
But that's the general idea. I mean, still,
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So then there's the planet cards, which are just make sure everything's in planet cards. Okay. Okay. So no, these are the technology cards are the ones that have that have that specifically.
Oh, the scoring.
So that would be bonus ways of
there
scoring.
we go.
Right.
That looks more.
So what does it say, Joe?
It says 4 blue for having in your empire. 4 blue, you get 1 victory point during the game, 2 during end scoring. 4 blue of a different type. That's technologies, I'm guessing. You get 2 victory points during the game, or 4 at the end. And then 4 technologies of a different type, 3 additional technologies of any type. You get 3 during the game and 8 during end game scoring.
Right. So from what it sounds like, you're going to get a whole bunch of different bonuses for having that on that other side, or potentially have a bunch of ways of scoring. Yeah. And my understanding is you can have several of those. I haven't seen anything that says you can only have one. So like a lot of games, you can kind of choose what you're going after by the types of pieces you're scoring. The planet cards
Joe will have
represent
500
new
of
worlds
those.
your empire has explored and conquered.
Strictly technology.
Exactly. They provide you with resources and help you grow the strength of your faction. There's 4 different types of planets.
Excellent.
Explore planets to decrease the cost to discover a planet by 2 resources.
Dang.
Expand planets to decrease the cost to develop a technology by 2, which is what that one would be. Exterminate decreases the cost to build a ship, and exploit decreases the cost to buy action by 2 money to be able to do an action.
Gotcha.
The operational side, so the opposite, produces 3 cards and may produce additional resource cards when you take the Mind Planets action. So you'll get 3 for doing it, but then you could also get bonuses depending on what happens afterwards. And then the ship cards, they represent your fleet. You build them to expand the power of your empire, or to conduct wars by attacking alien systems or other empires. If you explore, increase your assembly limit. So that's how many cards you can put down to do other things, right? Assembly limit is how many cards you can do, how many resource cards you can use to actually make something happen. So that's a term you should get familiar with. Expand, increase your assembly limit. Okay, so the explore increases the assembly limit for discovering planets. Expand for developing technologies. Exterminate for building ships. And then exploit increases your assembly limit for the trade action. Additionally, you gain a defense plan card when you build this ship. And again, the trade action is later in the thing. The operation side of each ship has an ability that is used when attacking. So all of the backsides of this are all attacking bonuses of some sort.
Okay.
Alien systems. Let's go over these real quick. Are prime targets for your conquering fleets. There is always one face-up alien system card. Let's see.
I did nothing. I thought we were based on aliens.
That's its own thing. Okay.
Just keep attacking each other.
The Alien Artifacts deck contains powerful bonuses that can be gained by attacking the alien systems and through powerful game abilities. So by attacking these, you can potentially gain artifacts. You'll notice that these you gain either one of this kind of resource or gain an alien artifact. Anytime it's that funny A, that's the alien artifact that you're potentially gaining from that. Defense plans. So there's the defense plans themselves. Representing your ability to defend against the other player's attacks. The basic defense plan tile is always available, so you can always use this. The defense plan cards are an alternative for you when you need to defend. You may choose to use any of your defense plans cards instead of the basic defense plan tile. You gain a defense card each time you build a logistic exploitation ship. So there'll be certain types of those, and you'll gain a defense plan there. Likely, the other defense plans have better options based on what they get here. Again, that'll come into that. Yep. During the course of the game, you're trying to gain the most victory points. Many ways to gain victory points. You can gain points by producing resources, using certain technologies, and attacking alien systems with your ships. Technologies can also be used to gain powerful endgame bonuses. At the end of the game, you will total the victory points you gain during the game, your endgame scoring bonuses, and the number of ships, technologies, and planets in your empire. So having more of them in your empire will behoove you. That will give you bonus points. Player with most victory points wins. And going from there. Okay, so... So does anybody have a problem with me going first, and then I'll take a turn and just walk through the turn as we go along?
Do it to it.
Okay, so
Go ahead and cheat.
flow of the game. Beginning with the starting player and continuing in clockwise order, each player takes a turn. During your turn, you perform these 2 steps in order. Action steps, so during your action step, you perform exactly 1 action, and then you draw. During your draw step, you may discard from your hand as many cards as you wish, and then draw new resource cards until you have 3 in your hand. Okay.
You draw how many?
So we're literally
Back up to 3.
Back up
Now
to 3, okay.
we have to do our setup first. So I'm going to start with my setup. So mine shows under construction. I draw. It says 1 of 2. So I draw the top 2 blue. I'm going to pick one of them. Use your text using.
Empire.
For the Empire.
All right. So I'm going to put one there, and I discard the other,
Yeah.
and then.
Hybrid targeting
just a
systems.
second.
Oh my god.
Did he cheat?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
And
Probably the best
then-
card in the game.
Yeah.
Pretty
I'll
clear.
talk about it in 1 second, and I'm gonna get that, and I put that there, and
So on the
This and
bottom
I put
left of
this.
the planets, those count as resources once they're over here, right?
essentially yes. I believe the idea is that it reduces the cost. So yes, it's as if you have 2 of them or 3 of them or whatever it happens to be. And then I have to decide which side I want this on. We need to server. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll just go with that.
Start with-
Okay, so what's your card say as you're starting?
Get a ship, looks like, under construction, and a planet under construction.
So you put those in.
One each.
Yep, and because they're under construction, it doesn't matter what side they are because they don't take effect currently,
Right.
right?
And then one operational.
And you don't have anything that says like 1 of 2 or anything like that.
No,
right?
it just says
no?
1.
Okay,
And then
So-
I get one operational that's.
right. So you're gonna
in the
take you get
Empire.
the top
And you
operational,
get to choose which side.
and you choose which side of the 2 that you want to put it on. Joe, you're welcome to do your
All right.
part.
I get 4 of these under construction.
Nice. Yep.
The Clone Clan does not care for the community.
Okay.
We built
so for that one, you
technology.
draw 2 and you pick 1 since it's 1 of 2. And again, make sure you look at both sides because both sides will differ on what they do.
Okay. So this is scoring, looks like.
Blue ones are the blue ones are scoring on the backside. The
That's tough. Do I want to be if? Choose one attack. Attack. Attack.
And one operational planet.
Wow.
Apparently, I'm some sort
What is the square symbol? What is that?
I believe that's resource cards. Just a second.
Yeah.
Oh, probably
It's
says
on the
in front
back
of me.
there, yeah.
A resource.
Yeah, resource
I'm
cards.
right.
Yep.
I'm some sort of alien Egyptians.
Yeah.
That's from the looks of it.
It should say actually on your card here. It should actually tell about your civilization and stuff.
We have stargates. Pretty cool.
Okay.
What's a building bonus?
You definitely have a focus.
What's it say?
Yeah, right?
Produce 3 resources on this planet.
You like technology?
So when you do the I believe that's when you do the other thing. Hold on a second.
I'm guessing my people have an English accent.
Cheerio!
Hello.
Let me see the code real quick. Just make sure.
We will talk
Alright,
like this!
We will take over your planet.
So this
That's how we
means
talk.
that
The Clone
Uh,
Clans cares not for your silliness.
okay, no,
Dirty
that's
clones.
it. Okay, so
That's right.
operational side produces 3 cards.
Not an individual. among you.
See page 9, and may produce additional resources.
all
Okay, so hold on,
individuals.
let me see page 9. I think you
Copies
get
of
those right
that
away,
one.
but I'm not sure.
We have no eyes. Well, we have eyes, but they're just white.
Um,
You people with your pupils.
We have hard time taking pictures because close our eyes every time.
I'm so tired.
It's the
right.
Flash.
Okay.
Sun's
So
so bright.
so
We have 2 suns.
you
Wow.
immediately gain
Why?
3, or you immediately produce 3 resource cards on this planet. So you'll draw 3 cards from the deck, and
That's when it goes into play.
and tuck them under this planet, showing only one section of of each card. So, see how this looks like there. So you're picking. So you're going to draw the 3 resource cards, right? You'd put the planet down, and then you put them down underneath in whichever order that you want to put them on, because that's the side that's available to you for the production, right? Because you know how they're double sided, right? So you literally.
So do I get those resources to use going forward?
At any time, you may use these cards as if they were in your hand, but only using the section showing. Right?
Wow.
So it gives you more options. Again, you're still limited by your assembly limit, so you still could only use 2 cards unless a card was giving you more more cards.
And then developing getting them from here or producing them?
That's getting them and putting them
Okay.
over is developing, as far as I know.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Suppose so.
Yeah.
Develop a technology. So there's buy a card, build a ship, develop a technology, discover a planet, trade resources, remove blockade tokens, or prepare. It might be either.
Develop
What,
technology by
Because I'm just looking at the actions basic.
Yeah, develop technology.
No,
Well, it's technology.
no. The difference is if you're
Yeah.
buying it to
Shit.
get it out, if you're buying it off
Yeah,
of
you're
here to
taking
get it out
from in
here,
there.
You're
that's
buying a
money.
card. Okay.
It's money that you use to do that.
Right. And
It's
you're
not
putting it on
resources. When you get it
left
from
side,
here
right?
to go to the other side, that's when you actually use.
That's when you're developing.
Yeah, that's when you're developing.
Well, developing for technology,
What's the
discovering for
cost?
planet.
The cost is normally 5 of whatever the thing is. So you'd need 5 planet resources, or let's say you want to do that ship, you need 5 ship resources to push it across. So
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how often do you get more cards?
That's an action, right?
Yeah, it's part of one of the action pieces.
Okay.
So yeah, basic actions: buy a card, build a ship, develop. Well, you'll get more resource cards based on you because you'll get the opportunity during your draw step. You may discard from your hand as many cards as you wish, and then draw new resources up to a maximum of 3.
So you can trade out cards.
So you'll be able to trade.
Well,
like
you always
it's-
draw back up to 3. It said though.
Right. Well, right.
So if you have less
If you
cards,
have 3, then
you
can-
don't draw
you
it
don't draw.
anymore.
Okay.
Right. So the idea would be is like, let's say that I wanted to get the technology, but I had no technology cards in my hand. I get rid of at least a couple and try and draw some new ones. Eventually, I think there is a way to, again, certain cards will let you increase your hand limit, but either way, you'd still only get to use 2 cards, right? To try and do the next thing. So
Sure.
right.
Well, I'll start on the side because it makes things cheaper.
Okay. All right.
Right then.
Okay, so we've got our starting stuff. All right, so I'm starting. So my action step, I get to perform exactly 1 action. So, there are 7 basic actions and 3 operationals. So the operationals are these ones that we covered before. So starting an offensive, gaining revenue, or mining the planets. Okay, so that would be the starting ones of those. Then aside from that, we have basic actions. We can buy a card, build a ship, develop a technology, discover a planet, trade resources, remove blockade tokens, which are these pieces, and prepare resources. Most actions require the use of your resource cards. Each resource card has 2 sections. We already talked about that. When you spend resources on an action, you may only use resources of 1 color unless the action tells you otherwise. So make sure that you're aware of that. You can't mix and match resource types. Even if an action would allow you, like, doesn't matter which one, you normally can only pick one of them, right? Like, that type of thing. Spent resource cards go on the discard pile, so there'll be a discard pile over here for resource cards, and that's whether you're discarding them or you're producing them from a planet. So let's say that like you had chosen the other side of that planet, and you had some cards underneath there. Once you used one, that would go off and go into your discard. Let's see. When paying for an action, you must always obey your assembly limits. So unless a card effect allows otherwise, you may spend a maximum of 2 resource cards, adding together the total amount of resources on them to do anything. Do anything, and they either have to come from your hand or from planets in your empire. And again, if you spend them from your hand, you choose which side. If they're under the planet, then they would only be the side showing. Let's see. By adding new cards to your empire, their effects may fulfill the cost to build, develop, or discover cards in your under construction area. If this occurs, you immediately construct those things. So sometimes putting something over here reduces the cost, right? Like we've had some, like yours, it's 2 less to develop a thing, right? So let's say you needed X number of those to develop a planet. You were close to it. You didn't have quite enough, but now you put that on. Any planet that would then be satisfied by the reduction of 2 automatically gets built in the order that you want to do. So if you remember how you have to have like 5 to do whatever, you only need 3, and maybe you've put out some resources to reduce the amount of cost of something. Again, you could suddenly trigger a bunch of actions. So if you think of the way that you do in like Gauntron Clever or Doppelt So Clever or any of those type of things, You're trying to actually build a thing that then goes trip, 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 and make several things go off at once if you can help it, or you might want to, right?
Okay.
It might be more efficient. Might not be. You might want other things to happen. Discard any resources attached to them. Okay, so additionally, cards with the additionally keyword trigger during the action step. So these cards grant you a special bonus in addition to your one action. You may choose to use these bonuses before or after your action. So that is an important thing to keep in mind. I don't know that we have any. I only have ongoings or like as far as if I got them over right now. I only have one ongoing. So, okay. So I can buy allows me to buy a card from the center decks and placing them in to perform the buy action. You spend 5 money, choose one deck, draw the top card from the deck and choose and place it in the left side. Right?
All those cost 5.
Yep. Any of them cost 5.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Card
5
effects on the left of the right. So there's no limit on the number of cards you can have in your under construction area. So you can have as many cards over here as you want waiting to go. All right. When you perform the buy action, you may spend any number of additional money. For each additional money, you may draw 1 extra card from the chosen deck. So for 6, you draw 2. For 7, you draw 3. For 8, you draw 4.
Okay.
But you choose one to keep and discard everything else.
Oh.
Right? So if you're not really happy with the top one, but you do want some kind of
You can pay up,
right,
go down.
you can pay up. And again, you get to look at both sides once you've done that. So the only way you're going to see whatever's on the opposite side is to do that. Yeah, you can better graph your in person. Discover a planet. The Discover a Planet action allows you to use green resource symbols to discover a planet in your under construction area. So that would be taking it from here and moving over here. You must spend 5 resources normally. Each planet in your empire on the far right of the faction board increases the cost by 1. So every one that you already have over here makes it more expensive. So since I have none here, this one will cost me 5, or the first one cost me 5.
Right.
But since Matt's got one there, the next one that you do would technically be 6 to get it from the one side to
discover
the
it.
other. And then the next one after that will be
Oh,
7 because it gets more and more
stack one
expensive.
each
Yeah,
for-
for
okay.
every one that you got out there.
But he
Yes.
starts out with 2 more resource.
2 more
Blue.
blue
Or
resources.
Two more,
technology.
right. So he's because of the side of the planet he chose, right?
Okay.
So technically his technology only costs 3 to get across,
Right.
right? Or at least once a turn, possibly. I'm not sure if it says only 1 or all of them. I don't remember what it says. Might be all of them. Later in the game, it may take multiple turns to discover a planet because of this increased cost. So when you discover a planet, you now have a choice. You either settle the planet, which is turn it to the side that he's showing there, or you can exploit the planet, where you turn it to the other side and you gain extra resources to be used for other types of
Exploiting planets. What a jerk.
Right.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Produce. When a game effect
do I get?
instructs you to produce cards on a planet, draw the indicated number of cards and tuck them under the planet with one section showing. So if it ever says to produce, that's on a planet, that's what it would do. If one section matches the planet type, you may always choose this section. Additionally, so planet with one section showing. When choosing which section to show, you must adhere to the following rules. If one section matches, you may always choose this section. Additionally, if you choose a section, you gain a victory point. So in other words, if I turn one over and it matches the type, so you have that planet with this building symbol on it,
Space.
right? So if you looked in your hand, if the resources that one of the resources that you have in your hand has that building symbol when it gets tucked under, like when you reveal, then you get a victory point for tucking it under. For that being one of the ones that randomly comes up when you do that type of thing. So that's produced. If no sections match the planet type, you must choose a section with the least amount of resource symbols. So that's the other issue. So again, let me see if I can find a good example here. Yeah, okay, this is perfect. So if this card had come out under Matt's structure there, right? he could choose either side because one side matches. Okay, so he could always choose, or he could choose this side either way. But otherwise, he would, if neither side matched the symbol on his planet, then he would have to choose the one that had the least amount of resources. So if there's only one green and two blue, he would have to choose the one with one green on it, whether he wanted to or not, as the side that was sticking out. You always have to do the lesser one, unless the thing matches your symbol. In this case, since it's the same amount, you would have your choice of either one. You could put either one as the part that's showing out from underneath it. Right? Do we get that?
I think so.
Get that generally? Yeah? Oh, I thought you were going to ask a question.
No.
No.
Fine.
All right. Right. And again, if you exploit the planet, you immediately do the produce step. So you immediately put cards underneath it to produce resources.
Okay, so you exploit it, then the resources get... Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Developing a technology allows you to move a blue card from one side to the other. Again, it takes 5 resources. Each one that's over here increases the cost by 1. So again, so again for me, when I start to produce more ships, it's going to cost me 6 ship resources instead of 5. It's just the way it's going to work out. When you bring them over, you're either deploying the technology to gain this bonus so that it becomes active, or you're selling to the corporation to place the technology in your empire with the operational side. Draw the top card of the resource deck. If either section of the card matches the type of technology you just developed, score the card. So I would turn around and I would score based on the combination of things that are here by a draw off the deck. So, and then you only score the highest value you can complete with it. At the game's end, you will also score additional victory points.
Okay, so scores when you finish making it.
When you make it,
collection
and then
or
it scores
something
again
like
at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yep. Building a ship is the same kind of a thing, but again, it's ship resources instead of otherwise. When you attack, you first choose if you want to attack available alien system in the center, or another player's empire. If you choose to attack another player, they now choose which defense plan to use, either the basic one or one of their own special ones that they have. Now you need to determine your attack value. So you draw and reveal the top card of the resource deck. So let's just do that to show it off. So the number in the middle is your base attack. So in this case, it'd be a 1. Add any attack bonuses provided by your ships that you're attacking with. Add any additional bonuses provided by technology in your empire. And then compare that to the table in the system or in the defense plan that's being used. So depending on how many numbers you get up there, each number corresponds to one effect on this table. Resolve the effect which corresponds to your attack value. Discard the revealed resource card to the resource discard pile. So it'd be a 1, maybe plus 1 more. So it'd be a 2 if you're attacking the system. One of your ships would be damaged. If you here place 1 blockade token on any defender card. So again, when you place this on a defender card, I believe it ends up going onto the card and then would increase the cost to get that developed or get it used. You have to
use an action.
Yeah, you have to use an action to get rid of it
and then probably pay money.
Pay money, right? 1 per. If you are attacked, if you attack the alien system, discard the alien system card to the bottom of the alien system deck and draw a new one off the top, whether you were successful or not.
Okay.
So that'll rotate. If you attack another player, no defense plan card or tile is discarded. So no cards are discarded if you say no. Each ship grants a bonus during an attack. These bonuses do not add up. Each ship resolves an attack with only its own bonus.
Okay.
So the ships attack separately. Even if you attack with many ships, it still is considered as one attack action for all game effect purposes. So like some things say like you get bonuses for attacks or you get certain things. If you attack with many ships, you can choose only one target. So it doesn't matter. Prepare resources, another action. Allows you to plan future actions by attaching resources to cards in your under construction area. So I could take I could take this card and then put it under here, like I would attach it to the piece, and then that would allow me to be X number of cards toward the 5 I need to put it across.
You can only do that for 1 card or for as many cards as you want?
Let's see. To perform the prepare, choose one row of your construction area, or you're under construction. So ships, technologies, or planets. You may attach resources to cards in this chosen row by tucking them under the card with the appropriate resource symbol showing.
Okay.
Resources attached to your card in your construction area are used to pay for that card and do not count towards your assembly limit when completing the card. So they do not count toward your assembly limit otherwise.
Oh, okay.
So if I have this under here,
You get
I still get to put up to 2 cards
Come
to
on,
add to
on
it
top.
to get that to come across.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
Which is part of the reason why, like if I had the same thing only under technology, and then I had suddenly I got the reduction of 2. Now I have 5, so I could start to drop
okay.
over 3 or 4 in
Gotcha.
a row.
Okay.
That's how you're going to get multiples to come out like that, right? Trade resources allows you to use your resource symbols to gain credits in your bank. So choose one color of resource symbol from the cards in your hand. You may discard resource cards from the chosen color from your hand to gain 1 money for each symbol that you would that gets discarded. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. You can use the gold as any resource for trading. So the resource card, you know how there's the 1 gold colored resource thing in your hand potentially. That one can be used for that can be made to right. So like let's say that I got rid of 2 planets, right? Or I choose planets. That's the color I'm using. I can use as many planets plus the gold ones. If I was doing ships, it would be as many ships plus the gold ones that I wanted to get rid of. Like the gold ones are count as any of the other ones. And again, you discard them and you get a straight amount. So again, I need more money or I need more something else, or I want a reason rather than just discarding the cards. Maybe it's worth me taking that action to gain extra money and get things. And then remove blockades. Blockade tokens may be placed on your cards as the result of being attacked by another player. Remove blockades action lets you remove blockade tokens. Choose either ships, technologies, or planets. Spend any number of resources accordingly. So again, the same type of a thing. You'd be spending the resources. Remove 1 blockade token from the chosen cards for every 2 resources spent. So you pick the section you want to remove from. You'd spend resources, and then that would remove the resources from that would remove the blockade. 2
Okay.
for every 1 that you want to remove.
Okay.
2 for 1. Again, the assembly limit still applies for any of those things. So again, when I'm preparing resources, I can only get rid of up to 2 cards. When I'm trading resources, only up to 2 cards until my assembly limit gets higher.
Okay.
Okay. And then
say 45-minute rules explanation.
I'm sorry. We're literally from scratch, so I want to make sure people understand. Alien artifacts. They're the most powerful reward available from attacking an alien system is getting an alien artifact. They can be very powerful. They can do all kinds of things. When you gain one, you just draw the top card. You can keep this card as long as you like before using it. There's no limit to the number of alien artifacts. So when you know how there's a hand limit, the hand limit is 3 for your resource cards, unless something changes that. But any other cards you have, so defense plans or alien artifacts or other cards that you might have in your hand, unlimited amount of those. They don't count towards your hand limit. So that is important to go. And then there's operational actions where you can start an offensive, gain revenue, or mine the planets. And again, these actions are printed. You may not spend gold resources when paying for operational actions. So you have to use the correct type from here, whereas when you're doing some other things, you can use the gold ones as a wild card in place of doing some of those things, right? So getting stuff from here to here, you can use the gold, but to do these particular actions here can only be done with the correct color. And I'll go over those like when somebody wants to have an idea of it, but essentially, if you start an offensive, you spend 5 ship points and you're going to attack somebody. Gain revenue, you spend 5 technology resources, and all operational technology in your empire may now score. So you would look at all of the things that are in there and you would score all of them, right? So you would take that and you would so one at a time, choose 1 technology, draw and reveal 1 resource card from the top of the resource deck. If either section of the discarded card matches the type of the technology, score that technology as if it were just completed. So you get to score again things that are already out here that you're waiting on, right? So potentially you could pull off the top of your and get a couple things to go, and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you're doing, right? So it might be worthwhile to build up a bunch of those. It might be worthwhile to build up a bunch of those, and then mine planets. Each operational planet in your empire produces one resource, one at a time. Produce a resource for each planet. So you'd literally produce like you would normally do, and slide it under, slide it under, slide it under for each planet. If they, and I believe, just like it produce, if the resource that you stick under the planet matches the type of resource that you have, I believe, I'm not mistaken, you gain a victory point for doing so. I have to double check that with the produce section, but if you remember earlier, I said if you choose the one side, it does. Yeah. And then the draw step. Once you've concluded your draw step, your turn ends and go to the left. This continues until the game end is triggered. End of the game. Triggered based on the amount of times you have fully played through the resource deck. Whenever the resource deck is empty, so whenever this deck is empty, you must first check if the game end has been triggered before continuing. The game end is triggered based on the number of times. Once the round marker reaches the spot marked 1, the next time the resource deck is empty, it's... Okay, so because we do 4 total rounds and whatever else, potentially we might go through it more than once, just seeing how, depending on how fast it goes through or how fast we move through those decks, that could happen. So once we get to the round, to the final round, the first round, or 1 round marker, whatever, round 1 marker, once we burn through the rest of that, that's when the game ends. So we could technically get it through it once, might get it through it 3 times, depending on how fast we're cycling through those cards. Right. Cool. After the game, after your turn has finished, the game continues until every player... Okay, so if the game end is triggered, after your turn is finished, the game continues until every player has had an equal number of turns. You should reshuffle the resource deck for players taking turns after that, so you might still have to do that. And then at the end, scoring... every card in your empire, so every card that's on this side gets you 1 point per, plus whatever points you already had, plus whatever bonuses for the backsides of these of the technology cards. Yep. And that's where it's at. In the event that ties, most money wins. And then there's some janky thing about piece of the galaxy if you're still tied. I don't think that's going to be true. I think that's the point where we get into a shoving match and then declare victor.
Just wrestle for it.
Yeah, we wrestle. Yeah, we wrestle for it. Okay, so I get to take an action, buy card, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to...
You just get a action.
1 action and then draw. Everybody. That's how it goes for everybody.
But a round's not over till we run out of cards or something, right?
Right.
That was...
I wasn't clear. Yeah, it only sounded like it was when the card ended. What's the other round continuing condition?
What's the round?
Hold on 1 second.
I think each time the deck runs out, the round is over.
That's what it kind of sounds like.
Maybe not, though. I don't know.
Steve made it sound like something else could cause it too.
Yeah. He said that we might not go through the deck.
So hold on a second. At the end of the game, there are many possible ways, blah, blah, blah. Those future points.
Put that back.
I'm trying to see if there's everything on here.
Yeah, okay. Every time the resource deck is emptied and reshuffled, move the round marker 1 space to the right.
Okay.
So yeah,
So we'll go through
we'll go through the resource deck 4 times total.
Okay.
And so, all right, so. All right, so I'm going to, which thing am I going to do? I'm going to discover a planet, I believe is the thing I'm going to do.
That's where you build the planet for 5 planet points.
For 5 planet points. Yeah.
Captain Planet points.
Yep, planet. Okay, so I'm going to reveal, discover a planet. You must spend 5 planet resources, so I have 5 planet resources. Each planet in your empire increases the cost by 1. Okay, so I'm going to pull this new Essen across. So these will go into the discard. And I am going to...
Delicious.
I'm going to put it on this side, which reduces the cost to develop by a single one. It's actually by two because all of them are by two when they're doing that. And then I go on to my draw, so I'm going to draw 2 cards. And I could have discarded if I wanted to, but I'll hold on to the ones that I got. And that's my turn. Go ahead.
I'm going to do something similar. 5 to discover Micah 1.
Okay. Are you doing that side or the other side?
This side.
Okay.
I looked at it. Put that over there for me, and then just draw 2.
Yep.
Thanks.
I'm going to pay 5 to buy a card, right? 5.
5 money.
Yeah,
Right.
5 money.
Oh, 5 money
Yeah,
to buy
money.
a card.
$1 bills.
Okay, I'll do that still, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want to discard any cards out of your hand?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Sure.
What you build? You need some technology.
Okay. Matt.
I'm going to build a ship.
Okay.
How do we get money again? Using the trade.
You trade, so you
Okay.
trade in.
The yellows.
So many.
What? No. Any color. You pick one of the
Right.
colors and you trade in all. You trade up to 2 cards with that.
Okay.
But the yellow can be used with it, like as if it was part of whatever
It's
set.
a wild.
Right. So let's say you look at your card. I'm like, oh well, I got ships. I'm going to get rid of the ships, and I got a yellow. I can do both.
And the numbers have to do with combat, right?
Well, yeah, the numbers are only
Okay.
combat. And it's only when they're revealed.
Yeah, dog.
Ooh, but the yellows are wild, so those do help you.
Yeah,
like
I had 3
with-
wilds in my hand, so I thought they were common.
I didn't start with it, so that'll give you an idea where I was at. Okay, so you're good. So on to me.
So there must be something out there.
Yeah, no.
Whatever, Paul. You're better than everyone. We got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We
As
definitely
long as you
got it.
acknowledge
Paul.
that.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Bow
As
to
long as you admit it.
feet.
Did you bow to him? Does it say?
Thank
Whoa.
you. Thank you.
Are you dabbing to him?
Whoa. Whoa.
The dab
It's a
bow.
millennial from right there.
All right, so,
Get out of here!
How old are you kids?
What's that?
How old are you kids?
I have an 11-year-old.
Get your millennial dabbing out of my board games.
Wasn't that like Gen Z now or something?
I don't care.
I don't know.
I think it's past
I
millennials.
saw something that Gen X was striking out at millennials. Try fighting back against them.
Nice.
okay.
iPods are pretty good though.
Sure.
Did you say I bet?
I said yum yum.
He knows from experience that they are.
And
Off-brand? Eh.
all right, go ahead.
Survived it.
Paul was eating Tide Pods before it was cool.
Exactly. Alright, I'm gonna spend 5.
Dang.
Purchase a planet.
Captain.
Okay, discarding anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I'm going to... What is it called? Develop a technology.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, ongoing. Each resource card you spent to discover a planet is worth +1 green.
Oh, nice. Gonna discard?
Nah,
Okay.
keep that bad boy.
Develop a technology. 3 blue and 2 wild. I'll put it over on this side. And then I will keep this one and draw 2.
Okay.
That sucked.
No. Oh, that's...
All right. I'm going to build a ship. So I'm going to spend 5 to build a ship. And I'm going to do that side. Is ongoing. Well, when this ship gains
Victory points.
victory points, I'm assuming, during an attack, gain an extra victory point. So when it does its part. And I will hold on to that and draw
I bet you will.
2.
You dirty son of a gun.
How do you get more money?
Oh, she didn't get more than more.
have
You
to take the
trade, so you
action,
get
dog.
rid of, so you drop up to 2 cards out of your hand on your turn, You pick one resource when you do that, and you however many points of the resource. So like if I did this and I chose these, it would give me 5 of these. However, this gold can be substituted for any as one of the ones that you would normally get.
Okay.
Right. So the gold's wild for that. I'm done,
Yeah,
Paul. I
buddy.
did my part.
I'm gonna explore theory.
Yeah.
It costs 6.
Yeah, so I had 2, right? And
Ah,
then 5, so
you dirty dog.
correct?
What?
I get those 2
yeah.
resources, then I had 5 there, so that...
Yeah. So that's technically 7.
Okay, yeah, alright, I had it.
Yep.
covered.
Overpaying.
I
Wow. What a
Don't have
noob.
change, okay. And then draw up.
You're not discarding.
Never. Don't discard.
Yeah,
It's for the birds.
discard that one.
Big mistake. My turn?
No.
I'm going to spend 6 technology to develop a new frontier program. So now, ongoing, whenever you discover a planet, gain 1 victory point. Gain +1 victory point of this if no planet of the same type is already in your empire.
Interesting.
I'm going to keep that one.
Interesting.
I'm gonna spend 5 and buy this guy.
Okay.
Oh, and discard these 2.
All right. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trade, and I'm gonna discard. Do that for 4, so I get 4. And I'll draw 2. Oh yeah.
I will...
Remember you?
Your people on the other side of their setup, they have a different thing.
Yeah.
A scoring
abilities,
thing. Or,
yeah.
ability
And
to score. Yeah. I totally forgot about that, but yes.
Alright, I'm gonna trade for that and I get 4 for that, right?
You did
Yep.
these.
The top 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
So get 4.
and drop 2.
Well, that's interesting.
I'm going to... No, what am I doing?
Wow. That would have been nice to know.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I think I'm going to trade as well and get 5. And then discard that because it's garbage.
Actually, do go through that deck pretty quick.
I'm gonna trade for 6.
Ooh, nice.
6.
Please.
And discard this.
Am I jinxing it?
All right.
We're halfway through. Don't shush me.
It's endgame.
Snap that.
All right. So I'm gonna spend 5, and I'm gonna get this.
Ooh. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't understand the background
Okay.
anyways.
I think they're mostly the same.
Yeah,
from
you just
planets.
draw cards and put them underneath,
Yeah.
right? That will make the game shorter, won't it? Because those cards are out for the rest of the game then, aren't they?
What's up?
Well, no, you still spend them and discard them.
Do you? When
Yeah.
you if you develop
The
or
resource.
exploit the planet, do
Yeah.
you put the resource cards under there?
You spin
Yep.
it.
They,
And then you
oh,
can
they
spend
go,
them.
they
You,
go
like,
away.
mine 'em
Yeah, you put them under there, and they're available to use.
Okay.
When you use them, they go into the thing.
Mining is when you just put them
Oh,
underneath
okay.
regardless.
Got it.
Or is mining only exploited or all planets? I believe it's all.
Mining is.
I think you put it underneath.
Spend 5 each operational planet. So it's all the ones, only the ones that are on this side,
Change it on
and
the
that are
cards?
operational, not logistic. So and the other side, yeah, operational
These two.
is the dark side.
I understand.
Yep.
Thank you.
And you only produce one. You don't produce all of them
Yeah,
that
that's
they would
better.
show. Like
I'm
whatever
gonna
the
spend
amount is.
5.
It just puts one underneath.
To purchase this planet.
I would like to discover a planet. It's 5, it would be 6, but it's reduced by 1.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the operational.
What's
side.
reduced
No,
by
no, no,
one?
no.
That's not
That's
reduced
that's
by
not
one.
what it says. Increase your assembly limit, so you need to use one more card to do that.
You can use up to 3 cards now to discover planets.
right.
Is what
So
that
if you have
means.
at least one more planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that-
Fair enough.
there
Yep.
You could actually. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Never mind. Yeah.
Yep.
You need
Okay.
to do 6. Yeah.
Yep. Womp
You
womp.
gotta-
Earn that change. Get extra.
So you're putting that there like that. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So draw 3 cards. All right. So first off, do any of them have on either side have the same
X
symbol?
symbol. This one does.
Okay.
So that has to go underneath.
No. You can choose either side of that one.
The other ones you
The
have to
other
use
ones
the
you
lower
must use
amount.
the lower number
Gotcha.
if you don't have the lower number, right?
That makes
So
sense.
But
put
this
that
one you
down.
get to choose as
Right,
well.
and you get to choose right. So that and then that one you can choose either way. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to go from this to this? Or
No,
can I-
No.
you can
Okay.
use whichever one, but you are still stuck by your assembly limit. So in other words, like if you're not discovering a planet, you're maximum of 2 or whatever to put down there. Two total cards. Okay. All right.
Oh no. Raindrop. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Well, these all suck.
Yeah. Just like
So
the
when he mines
clouds
those
do.
resources, that just he's able to use those for.
No, mining is adds more resources.
I can just
underneath
use
there.
these.
He can use
That's what I'm
those.
saying.
he-
Those.
Mining is a separate action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mining is its own thing.
But those are you can just use as.
He can
Yep.
use them. Yeah,
They come
he
up,
can
okay.
use them as if they were in his hand.
Okay.
But he can only use the
Still
side
has the
that's shown.
limit.
Right, and
Right.
still the assembly limit.
Yeah, okay.
So if he's not creating another planet, he's limited to 2 total cards, including whatever he uses from there.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 5 to develop a technology. The Amishi TI-86 mapping system.
Yeah.
And then
So common nowadays.
1,
Mm-hmm. They're everywhere.
2.
Nobody even needs them anymore.
Obsolete.
Go ahead, Paul.
Alright.
Oh no! The Star Union has them.
Oh,
That's why the Clone Clans no longer uses them.
I'm gonna build the SS
Oh, crap.
Manticore.
I didn't need to use that much, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
The
I could
Manticore.
have used 2 less, but whatever.
That. And then that's you, please.
Okay. Alright, I will be discovering Grimaldi. So there's 4, 5 green.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm going to do one thing real
5
quick.
green.
Yeah. Each action card I spend to discover planets plus 1 green.
Use a skill at any time, right?
No. What skill?
You have my skills.
That?
Yeah.
It's an action.
Matt gains 1 victory point.
For what?
Because when he produced, he had one that was the section, and he chose that to be the one that he chose to use that section. If you'd have not chosen to use that section, you wouldn't have gotten the victory point, just to be aware. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
It's because it matched the.
Because it matched the symbol.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's
right.
what I was wondering about.
Right.
That, yeah.
The matching the symbol gives you a double bonus. 1,
Ooh.
you can use either side.
Right.
And 2, if you use the side that does match, you get a victory point for doing so.
That's cool.
And I gain 2 victory points. Because I gain a victory point for discovering a planet, and I gain a victory point because there's no planets of the same type. What does type mean, I guess? It's just this up here, right?
Expansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering because there's like 3 words here, and I was like, that can't be. That's too much.
Or
But
the symbol.
If you look at the
Just the
back,
symbol,
the
yeah.
Explore,
types.
expand.
Okay.
Right, but it labels them as types or whatever else on the
Yeah,
back of your
types,
thing.
yeah.
Right?
and I'm spent.
Are the alien artifacts good?
They're supposed to be really good.
Okay.
It's supposed to be particularly good.
So my skill is spend 12 resources of any type to gain 1 alien artifact, ignore the assembly limit.
Yep.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yep.
Can you spend more than 2 cards from his
Ignore
hand?
the assembly limit.
And then I
Right.
get an alien artifact.
Yep.
Where do these go?
What's that?
You hold them in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hold them in your hand unless you're going to play it.
There was reading going on.
Was not worth.
Was not worth.
Not worth what you spent.
I'll just do it now.
Okay.
Draw 2 ships. Choose one and add it to your empire. Discard the remaining. But empire.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
that
that's
side-
that's,
that's
so,
actually pretty good, yeah.
So you literally get to
That's like 2 turns.
straight up, yeah, and you add either side.
Yeah.
So
Yay, yay.
And then I draw back.
it's true.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop that for 3 money. 1, 2, 3, and I get 1. Go ahead.
Oh, shoot. Okay. That changes things.
Are you sure?
Totally does.
I don't think it does. Like, Paul's just bad.
Get wrecked, Paul.
What do you say?
He said you're
I said
bad.
you're really good.
So bad.
I don't believe you.
Whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
Wow.
I like whispering.
We are getting wrecked by Paul.
Alright, I'm gonna just turn that in for 3.
You don't want to turn in 2 cards, dog?
Nah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
5.
There we go.
You talked me into it.
Alright.
2 please.
I'm going to do the same thing on my turn.
And that was a crap
5.
deal.
Oh, those are gold. Sorry.
Gold! Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That's
6.
Logistics, huh?
I'm gonna look at these 2.
Can you use these to take your actions?
What?
Can you use these to do your skill? Or is
Um,
this, it says to develop a technology? Is that only used to develop technologies?
I believe it's only
Yeah.
to do that, but let me
Grab
double
that
check.
one, and the other gets discarded when I pay extra.
What's that?
So I paid 6.
Yeah, anything that you goes to the bottom.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't understand how this is possible then.
What is it?
I spend 10
Wow.
blue.
Well,
Ignore
if
the
you had a
assembly.
lot
But
of
you ignore
technology.
the assembly limit. So
Yeah,
you
but the
could
max
use
is
as many
3.
cards.
That's still only 9 if I have 3 cards.
But you could also have cards underneath. You could have cards that
planet.
are
Oh.
That's
right.
how I did it.
Right. That's exactly right. You have to
okay.
be able to do something like that.
You gotta exploit a planet
That's
right.
dumb.
for the resource.
I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to exploit my
discard those
planets.
2. Grab
Well,
this.
there's
Come
going
on,
to be points
Captain
where it
Planet.
might well be worth doing that because some cards might give you. Again, you have no bonus scoring out there because you haven't flipped any of your technologies. Maybe
Yeah.
one of those says having a planet out, as opposed to having a whatever out. You know what I mean, like that type of thing.
Here you go,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. Just 1 second. Let me just double check.
Exploit my planets.
That's not what Captain Planet would do. You're the opposite of Captain Planet.
Exploit the hell out of
Yeah,
him,
he's a
Joe.
jerk.
Is he?
Oh man.
I don't remember.
If he
being
wants
a
to
jerk.
exploit a planet.
When
Oh, no, no.
I did this, I could have immediately attacked the alien system or another player's empire, but I didn't.
Because of that side of the card.
Yeah, because it chose to put out that side of the card.
Okay.
Part of your bonus is that you can do that. Because it's go on a mission.
All right, I know what I'm doing.
I would say
Oh,
if you
yes.
want, you can attack the alien system. Not a player, I guess, because too much has changed since then.
Yeah.
But if you want to try that,
If you guys don't mind, I'll try it. Just to try it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
sure.
flip a
you know,
card.
it's- Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, flipping a card.
3.
Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, so
there.
attack. When you attack, you first choose, okay, so draw a card and reveal, that's 3. And any attack bonus provided by the ship you are attacking with. When the ship gains victory points during an attack, gain an additional, so nothing bonus from there.
Okay. Darn.
And none of my others do that. Hold on a second. And any additional bonuses by technology in your empire, compare your attack value with the effects table on the alien system or defense plan. So,
Okay, so you gain a victory point.
so I gain a victory. So I actually gain an extra
Yeah.
because of the thing. So that gives me 2 victory points.
If you would have got 4, Steve, you could have gained an alien artifact.
I know.
Ah.
It was part of the reason why I was hoping that it would work, but it didn't.
And then a new alien system comes up, right?
Right.
Alright, there we go.
Ooh.
All right. So you were already done with your turn, yes?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So it's on.
Yep, 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 yep,
So,
yep, yep, yep,
um,
yep.
Attacking the same system.
Uh-huh.
What's up?
So we keep attacking that same system. I recognize that anywhere.
Maybe we're stuck in that repeating loop thing where,
Maybe.
you know, like, you know.
Maybe we're stuck in that repeating loop thing.
You know what the worst part about being stuck in a time loop is?
Do you know what the worst part about being stuck in a time loop is?
Do you know what the worst part of being stuck in a time loop is?
Deja vu.
One ugly winner.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to Flip the Table?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got
listened
that
to
from.
all of those, yeah.
I love that
I
show.
was so sad when they
Uh-huh.
stopped.
So,
I'm still part of their Facebook group. I think you are too, right?
I'm on their Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
There's a Facebook group, and people keep asking them, like, when are you coming
Maybe
back?
I
Come,
did.
come back.
I might have done that, actually.
Come back. Please. It's still a pretty active
Okay,
group for the podcast being dead for 2-3 years
It
now.
was a good-
Or
it
4
was
years,
really
3
good.
years.
all
4
right.
years?
So I'm going to spend
I go back and listen to them.
Yeah, me too.
5, and I'm going to get.
Ooh, boy!
Okay.
I'm going to buy this one.
Ooh, boy! And? Any cards?
Yeah. Oh.
Still Paul's turn. Hold on. We're already 20 minutes past our limit.
No. Good. Discard those two.
Okay, you can't have new ones. Sorry.
Oh.
Thank you for your
Those are
business.
good ones. What are you doing?
Jeez.
I like good
Paul's bad
ones.
at this game. I'm going to pay 7
I gotta keep up
5
my
plus
reputation
2
here of losing.
to develop this technology. Bam.
How dare you?
Do I get a victory point for developing a technology into a technology? Or do I...
You score based off that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Every
Yeah,
four
so.
planet you get
So
a nice
that's.
little point.
Yeah, so, right. What does it say in your thing?
I get nothing then. I have to have 4 planets. I don't have 4 planets yet.
Oh.
Probably shouldn't have developed that, but
Okay.
I do need 2 cards.
I'm
though.
getting 5
Thank you,
monies.
Cheater.
Okay.
Do I want this card still? Yeah, that's a pretty good card. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child.
Alright.
What an angelic voice you have.
Alright, so
you.
I'm going to.
Ooh, child.
Man. Guess I'll never see a singing episode. I'm down to that.
That's what we should do for 1,000.
There
You
go.
just gave it to me.
Okay.
Musical.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spend 6 to
Maybe
develop
a rap video we'll have to
Calavella.
sing then.
Boy,
Yeah.
that might be rough.
What?
Yeah.
We're great rappers.
believe you are all wiggity
Hip,
wiggity whack.
Hop, hip it to the hip.
That
it to the
is
hip,
that is
hop.
probably.
Don't drop,
Actually, I could be shockingly good if it's the right song, but
Oh, me too.
let's see.
Love
Go
Grew
ahead.
up on rap. All right. What was I doing?
I can tell it's just by your general body shape.
What?
What? I don't know
What are you
what that
saying,
means.
Steve? All right.
Nothing.
Steve grew up on hip hop, so it's a gang
that's
turf
right.
war.
Don't make me do things. All right.
Paul's very
we
dark
wouldn't
over
like
there.
we wouldn't like him when he does things.
Doug, you don't want me to do things. All right. I'm gonna discover Gutenberg
Really?
for those two.
For those two.
Yep.
Oh,
And
because you're reduced by 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
plenty.
You can score these again throughout the game, though, right?
At
By
the end.
using this.
Yeah, or by using that. Yeah.
Yeah,
In
okay.
game or by using that center
By spending
piece.
the
gain
you can score
revenue
any
thing.
of them that are showing face up. Yes. What?
And 2 cards, please.
2 cards. Yep. There you go.
Thank you much.
You're welcome. Some.
Those weren't the right cards, though. Thanks a lot.
Well, screw diddly do ya.
yeah.
You done?
That's what I was thinking.
You done?
Yeah.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
do
spend
normal.
8 technology to build this guy. Yeah.
Does he score anything?
No, I need more planets.
Some Captain Planet you are.
Kitty, 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 Captain Planet.
I'm gonna buy this.
That's rude. What?
What's that all about?
It reduces the cost to buy by $2.
That's
Wow.
Yep.
And you are all out of money.
You all set? I'm going to spend 5 to give myself 5 back. I'll get 1, and then I got to do that, so that moves down around. Yep.
We're down to round 3, or second round.
Steve's so good at shuffling.
Yeah, he is.
Shuffling guy.
It's better than Josh.
Riffle shuffle.
Oh my gosh. Josh is a garbage shuffler. You heard it here.
I'm pretty bad at shuffling.
Officially.
I
What?
can't do any of that.
I can't do that
I
either.
can do the riffle.
Mine, when I do this, it goes.
I do this.
It goes in chunks.
Yeah, I don't know
And
why.
then I'm lucky if they don't end up backwards. You know?
Mhm.
Or if they're in sleeves, I'll just
I can
shove it
actually
into the corners.
I can actually riffle shuffle like that way, and I used to be able to do it like do extra stuff with
All
it.
right,
It's like,
Casino
what's the
Jack. I don't need
What's
to
the
hear
point?
your
Yeah, and your
garbage.
skills.
point? You do need to hear my garbage.
No.
You will hear my garbage and enjoy it.
Go, Paul.
All right.
Go, Paul. It's your birthday.
If you lost, sorry.
Did you see the
Yeah, I
textures
did.
on these cards?
This
On the
sucks.
light?
Yeah.
Look like little puzzle pieces.
Oh yeah.
I did poorly here. I just got to turn that in for 4.
Wow.
Wow.
Ooh.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
I know. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Oh,
Mm-mm.
sorry, I forgot to
No,
give you
you're
that.
All set. I'm going to spend 5 to buy this. Gleewitz.
Hex.
Haxor. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god, I got the exact same card.
you should.
Literally the exact
deserve
same card.
You deserve it.
I'm gonna spend 7.
Classic.
You totally do.
Classic.
I can Build on it.
Classic.
To build Gloriette.
Wait. Oh, you just built Gloria. Never mind. Okay. I thought that was there. I was like, no, you don't need to spend the
Oh,
extra
no.
2.
And I could
Yeah.
spend the extra because these guys.
Yeah, I know. Gotcha. Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger. Oh, I can't wait to discover Gleewitz. It's going to be fabulous.
Gleewitz.
Gleewitz.
I've played this game totally different now that I know how to play it.
Wow.
Sure.
That's most games like this,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like,
I'm
okay,
gonna
now that I know, like,
spend
4 of the rules, okay, I'd probably do this different.
You see things differently, yeah.
Psh. Strabokay. Oh my gosh, not Strabokay.
That's not okay.
You know what they say about the guys from Strabo K?
They're
They got balls in their chin.
No, those are Balchinians.
Balchinians, that's right.
Those are
Yeah,
Balchinians.
That's not
It's totally
Stroboki,
different
That's
guy.
not true. Yeah,
these
I'm
guys
sorry.
love Stromboli
That's not, there it
with
is.
potassium.
Okay, nice.
Lots of bananas.
Banana Strombolis.
This is a banana.
It's a banana filled Stromboli. It's very good. I use Nutella instead of spaghetti sauce. If you use spaghetti sauce Stromboli, though, please stop. Just don't make Strombolis. Oh. Any card exchange going on?
No.
Okay. I'm going to build a planet. So there's 3. I need. That's 4 actually. I need 6 altogether, right? Oh man, I'm gonna waste. Jeez.
How's that for?
Because I get +1 for every card that I play to discover a planet.
+1 resource?
+1. Yeah, +1 grunt. Each card you spend to discover a planet is worth +1
Okay.
green. And then I'll get, because this is a different type of planet, so I'll get 2 more victory points.
Is that end of the game?
Huh?
Does that say end of the game?
When you discover a
No, I
planet.
meant on your character card.
This, yes. I wasn't referencing that.
Oh, you
I was-
pointed at
I know
it
I did.
twice.
I meant to do this.
So I was
When
like,
you discover a planet, gain 1 victory point, gain +1 if there are no planets of the same type.
Yep,
in every
gotcha.
Type, so.
Yep.
I'm trying to avoid those yucky points.
Points are gross.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get 5 money. And then draw 2 cards.
Ooh, child, that's good.
Just the cards save my life.
It's okay, Paul.
I need them.
All right, I'm gonna spend
Start my
4,
dynamic growth program.
and I'm gonna create the strategic
6.
assault
Okay.
problem because I got 2 down there for
Yep, yep.
develop.
Yip, 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 yip. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
It's all good.
Yip, yip,
and
yip,
I
yip,
get
yip,
2
yip,
of
yip.
these back.
I just won.
She got all the monies. At least 2 of them.
They stack, right? Yeah, they do. Because these stack. So if another
Yeah.
one of these bad boys
Okay.
comes up,
Mhm.
a penny?
Yeah.
A
4.
penny to buy?
That's a big deal, though.
That is a big deal. Is it
3 of them.
Were you done, Steve? Or were you still
Yes, I
going?
was done.
And mining was only the operational planets, right?
What's that?
Mining was only the operational
build my
planets,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Oakley dokley.
And then, this one.
Okay, can I get the other
Yeah,
cards?
sure. Yeah, no. That also go under my sleeve. Ideally. Alright.
Alright.
You didn't give me the right one.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
My turn.
Again.
I'm going to buy this planet for 3.
You would.
Oh, now Bowie's up. Or Bowie. You know what's there.
Under pressure.
A bunch of David Bowies.
Pressure planet.
Okay, your turn.
This is dumb. I'm gonna get 3 monies.
Wow, that was dumb.
I know.
Alright, Steve. Okay, Steve, it's your turn now, see?
Speed.
Steve.
Turns are fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 4 of those to get 4.
Monies. Okay.
Give me 5, please.
Money?
Yep.
Everyone's
Six.
banking up, man.
Might work. Stare at that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The card is
And
freaking
this is a
hacks.
new one, so I get 2 more victory points.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna trade that other one?
Yeah, 2 points.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, right decision.
I want to build a planet.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would cost 8, but it's reduced from this to
Yes.
6.
You're gonna exploit a planet. Wow. Wow, Matt.
So it's the star, which this is one. I'll
probably
put it
stepped
that way
off
for an
the
extra
ship and-
point.
And that one too, right?
Nope. That's the X.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
okay,
it's the
targeting
exterminate.
system.
yeah.
So then you have to use the 1 pointers on
Yeah.
the other ones. Okay.
I
That
stepped off
sucks.
the ship
So
and
you,
just
you get a
pissed all
victory
over
point
it.
for that,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So black,
Nope, red.
red. Get out of here, red. Okay.
Pissed all over that planet. Exploiting it.
Okay.
I only have happy, wonderful planets over in my area.
Me too, yeah. You
Grimwaldy,
can come to Micah,
Gliwitz.
Siri, and Gutenberg.
I could probably cover these up. a little bit.
I'm gonna
This is an
spend
entire
those
planet
to
of Steve
gain
Gutenberg's.
1, 2, 3, 4 more.
This is a planet of 21
God.
Vitruviuses. Vitruvius. My name is Vitruvius. I'm a wrecking ball.
I'm gonna purchase this
Well.
one. And
That
what
cost
do I
you
need for that? What, 8? I got 4 there. Okay. I'm gonna turn these 2 in.
Okay. I'm going to turn in these for money. Bam!
Dollar.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna get another alien artifact.
Good.
Okay.
Is that one better?
I'm
Game
keeping
breaker.
it though.
Okay.
He's broken
Drawing
game.
cards.
Yeah. Hopefully that's helpful.
It won't be.
I mean, for you it would be helpful. Me, probably not so much.
Technology.
Technologic. I already have a diversified colonization fleet. What else do I need? Really?
A potato.
No.
Wow.
No potatoes here.
His clones don't eat.
Yeah.
They produce their out of sunlight or something.
We have fecal matter that we consume.
We have a tube that runs from our ass to our stomach.
It's a constant loop.
Recycle.
All right. Um,
It's the nearest human centipede, but it's just one person.
Yeah, it's one individual centipede.
I'm gonna spend
Did you
five.
follow us
1,
on
2,
Twitch?
3, 4,
Hell no.
5.
Come on, man. Really?
I haven't been to my computer. I don't have
Right there,
Twitch on
you
my
have a
phone.
Let's go to Twitch
What you doing?
and log in. It's easy. Download the app.
Is that right?
Get notified when we go live.
Go ahead.
Gold
Cool,
committees,
because I need to know.
Yeah.
As long as you're not using one of these things, yes.
Oh, it's all for other stuff. Okay.
Yeah, for other things, it can be.
So these are operation. Oh no, for each of these.
Oh, I have enough, I think. I think it's good anyway.
Yeah, for any. So for anything that's a basic action, you can use gold in place of whatever else. Anything that's not a basic action, it's got to be so.
So as explore, I can use gold because it's a basic.
Buy, build, develop, discover, trade, remove blockade resources, or prepare resources. You can
Okay.
do any of those.
I think I'm good anyway because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5, 1.
No, that's your assembly limit.
Oh, the assembly limit.
Yeah, that's the same thing that Matt was
I
doing.
gotcha. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dear. Okay, so but I can use that.
Yep.
Yep.
Then, okay, I will do that.
Bold move. Two.
Thank you.
Discard the other one.
No. 2 of these.
Alrighty, I'm gonna spend 3 and get this guy here. Whoa, that's a cool looking planet. It's purple.
Yeah.
And do I want this? Okay, Matt. Okay, Matt.
These are all dumb cards. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I can look at these two.
I forgot you can do that. You can pay extra to look at more cards.
Yep.
Wow.
And then you can also look at the back sides.
You haven't watched him do it already?
That's the first time he's done it, isn't
Not
it?
the second time.
This is like the third time.
Where
Third or maybe even fourth. I've done it quite a
are you,
bit.
man? Were you paying attention?
I don't
I've
watch-
done it
I
almost
don't
every
watch
time
all
I've
this game.
purchased.
Don't look to your left.
1, 2, 3. So it's 8. Wait, it's one more for each planet over here, right? So it'd be 8 from our next planet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but 2 off, so 6.
And then I will trade that in. Alright, you go, Steve.
1 second.
He's reading how to beat us.
No, I'm just trying to understand how something is.
There's actually a section that says how to win.
How to beat
.com.
Paul and Matt and Joe,
Yeah.
specifically.
Oh, wow.
There's a it's in the index.
That's impressive. It's pretty specific. It's a magical book. Quickly, Steve.
Quickly, Steve!
I know what I want to do.
You will never do it before I do it.
Doing it and doing it.
Why is this stuff not working? Our follower stuff's not working, but when I test it, it works.
Well, you
Like
did it
when a
wrong.
new follower pops up.
Yeah,
It's not Twitch's fault, you suck.
it is.
You got like
Streamlabs' fault.
a
Did
jet-
you
jet setup
did
for
you
it?
follow the Twitch training class?
No, they need one of those because Twitch is crazy to get working.
All right.
I've been looking at some.
I'm gonna do that to gain 3 money.
Why would you take 3 money when you could take 1
Plus,
money?
Test follow and it works, but
What's
see?
it supposed to do?
when someone follows us, we've gotten 2 followers tonight, and that has not popped up once.
It's probably too disturbing.
You're up, Paul.
Okay.
Good, Josh.
Yeah, it's the BIG thing.
Problem. Alright, I'm gonna develop my technology here.
He's not even a VIG this year.
So that.
He's gonna wear a shirt still.
So it says
Just walk in.
Game 1 if there are no technologies of the same type already in your empire.
Is that the one that you just
I
made?
just did that one. So does it affect the first one?
I'm gonna check.
9.
I want a point.
You might get 2.
That'd be cool.
Because that's the same as my planet one, but it's for technologies.
Right.
That would have been nice to get.
You can only use the bonus immediately if it has the additionally word at the beginning of it.
Oh.
So if it doesn't say additionally, it doesn't it doesn't count
So it's going to count for anything additional
afterwards.
Sorry, dog.
Right, right.
You lose.
And you use
Alright.
2.
2. I use those 2. Right. Oh yeah.
Those are your 2 new ones.
Okay.
What are you doing?
You can. So never mind. I was going to swap out,
Okay,
but
but you can't do
I
that.
can't do it now. 'cause
No.
you- Alright. Let's go.
Steve, are you cheating?
No, I
Screwed me out of a card.
no. You were gonna get rid of the one that was left in your hand.
Yeah, but
Well, then why didn't you say so?
I don't know.
What? I mean, I'm not
That's not a
telling you. I didn't prevent you from doing it. I said, so you're going to take 2?
Yeah.
And you said, yeah. And so I gave them to you. And then you're like,
I should've
oh,
said
well, then
3.
let me throw the,
Right.
yeah. Just,
Do you need a hug, Paul? I'll get you.
that sounds like a threat more than a,
I'll get
it's
I'll
a
get
threat
you.
and a promise.
I'll give you a 5-minute head start.
I'll give you, I'm glad you finished that sentence with head start because I was like, I'm not sure what if a 5-minute
The
hug,
start part.
5-minute head,
Head
or 5
start.
minute head, 5-minute hug.
Okay,
I wasn't
yeah.
sure what was going on there, and I wasn't sure I wanted to
You good?
witness it.
One of them reach around there.
Ah,
3.
So 1,
4,
2, 3,
Special.
8,
All right, what am
6. Okay, so I need 6 total.
Oh, you're done, Joe.
I'm done.
You're still
It's just
talking.
I'm counting.
you can
I'm
talk.
trying to learn how to count.
3, 4, 5, 6.
doing?
I'll discover this.
Take that.
Sure.
This card's out of my face.
You legitimately had me confused because it was the other way. I was like, how could I have done that?
Yep, you could.
You're cheating now.
What'd you put in?
I
You put
discovered this.
He put in 3 and 1.
5, 6.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do I want to get rid of these? No, I'll just draw another one.
Okay.
Okay.
Came in like a burger ball.
All right. So I'm gonna play 7, so I can
Beautiful.
put out this guy here, and I can immediately do an attack. So I'm going to
Cheat.
attack here.
I don't care for ships.
So
I see that. You are not a traveling.
so 1 plus
racer or
1 is
whatever.
2. Oh,
We
when I
have
start an
money, so-
offensive, I gain 3 money. 1, 2, 3, and 1 victory point.
I just
Thank
question
you.
how you got to those other planets.
And
They
then
just like
We
injected
walked.
you out to the space or something.
They
Like a
should
mini
have-
cannon.
Out of a cannon.
all right,
I
so
hope it's
2 over
close.
here.
Your
Ship is damaged.
Lose 2 money. Gain 1 victory point.
Okay, so
I don't know what ship is damaged means.
Yeah.
ship is damaged means it goes back to this side.
Dang, that's
Ship
brutal.
is destroyed. It goes to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And then I lose 2. 1, 2.
Back to the production facility.
But then I gain a victory point.
I got you
You
there.
gave me
Yeah.
the victory point. All right, and then I do this one. 2. So that's also a total of 2. So it's still this. Wait, hold on. It's the only thing I don't know. No, it's all in the same target. Yep, 2. So this guy will also become damaged. And I'll lose 2 more. And
You'll get another
I
victory
gain a
point.
victory point though. Yep. Will you give me 1 more victory point, please? Black.
What is this? Stupid thing.
What were you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
I was bringing up Twitch. I was gonna see what it looked like.
Joe, calm down.
I'm gonna trade these 2 in for 4. And to be clear, I'd like 3 cards,
Nope.
please.
Fine,
oh, oh.
whatever.
Joe, it's your turn.
Okay, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 8 altogether, so I'll play that. And I will.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm developing a planet.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Uh huh.
Oh. 7, 8,
There
9.
you go.
Yeah. And this. Which gives me another victory point.
You
But
want to
only
trade that other card in?
Nah.
Okay.
Oh. These are garbage cards, Matt.
Yeah.
Garbage
Steve.
cards.
Special for you.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to
No.
all right. So I'm gonna do the Amishi TI 86 mapping system. As an action, I can spend 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Search the planet deck for the first planet of a type. So I choose a type. So I'm going to choose the exterminate type of planet. And place it in your under construction area.
Is that it?
I am going to hold on 1 second. Let me drop this one. Okay, go ahead.
I will purchase this technology. Ha! Psych. And then I will discard these two.
Oh, shoot. That one's going to the bottom and this
Thank you.
one's there.
Cool. That is cool.
Ooh.
Meow, 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 meow. It's your turn, Joe. It took us like the same amount of time to read and process what it did.
Yeah.
It's okay. That seems like a lot.
That's just once, though, right? When you build it.
I guess?
What's one?
The trans
Yeah, because it
shareholder
doesn't say ongoing, so
Yeah.
yeah, that would
Yeah.
be one time.
Yeah.
That's a lot. For 2 points.
Stupid! Say it, Matt.
It's okay.
Alright, so that's 2,
You
6,
refuse to say that.
7, 8. That's not enough. Okay. Frizzle frazzle.
I'll excuse you for being able to play 2 cards and 14 billion planets.
I know.
The rest of the game.
I'm going to get 5 money.
How do you get by?
I'll keep that card on. Sorry.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It cost me 9 for a planet.
Thanks for
minus
asking,
2,
Paul. I am
7,
struggling.
Are you?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like I said, I don't know how you got to those planets, but it's suspicious.
I'm gonna exploit the shit out of Merksum.
My space cannons are weak. They're getting weak. I need to strengthen them probably with a ship, maybe.
They're just limp.
1. Will you give me a victory point?
No.
Something wrong with our space
And
cannons.
then that's gonna be lower, and I get to choose for that one. I'll choose the wild.
I gave you a victory point, and now I take 3 away.
Going down. Man.
Okay.
All I can see is Josh's comment there. Bunch of chickens. I keep reading it over.
Is that what's there?
Bunch
That's
of
the last comment.
chickens.
Bunch of chickens.
Was that for the last game? Or
Yeah, yeah. The
No,
chat
it was
doesn't
this game.
refresh. Yeah, it was this game. He came back and he's like, bunch of chickens. He just comes back every half an hour. He's been popping in on every stream I've done while he's been on vacation.
Hold on, Lindsay.
I painted Sunday morning.
All right. I'm gonna
I know
drop
you got-
those
I need-
for
I'm gonna start doing that every Sunday so I can force myself to paint my games.
yeah.
That's a
I'll
good
drop
idea.
those for
Yeah.
5.
So every Sunday for an hour, I'm gonna take some time, just chill and paint.
I should do the same thing, but try and play my games.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a goal. That's a goal. Steve's always available.
That is true.
See?
Although,
He'll be
so,
at your house Sunday at 8 a.m.
so out of all the new games I haven't played, in the in the past couple weeks, I played Agricola 2 more times.
Hey, that's good. That's like getting a new game
If
played.
you want to play something, you should play something. But the thing about it is it just needs to be one of those deals where it's like if you want to get rid of some of that stuff that you've been sitting on, then you need to take the effort.
No, I will.
It's on you.
Yeah.
I've only got like 50 games I haven't played yet.
I still have hate. Look
And,
at I literally have
I know,
everything
man.
for it.
I was looking at that.
And both times, I was like, I think I'm going to buy the second edition of Agricola because the pieces are so much nicer.
Oh yeah.
I have the original edition where everything is just the squares and the crappy fences, and like some of my pieces are not even shaped right.
Yeah.
And then the second one, the animals are actually shaped like the animals, and the people are shaped like people. The board's actually different. Although the second edition of the game doesn't come with as many cards. It only comes with the 1 deck instead of all 3.
Are you done? All right. I think I want to buy a planet.
No, you don't.
That's silly.
I agree with Paul. That's silly AF.
I want to build. I want to spend 5 so I get to look at 3 cards.
What?
Oh.
No.
No.
That'd be 8.
Yeah, you gotta spend 8.
Why?
It's additional to the 5.
Additional 1,
Yeah.
and I
per
get
card,
2.
right?
I get 2%
Oh.
discount.
Well, you get to look at
So
2,
you get
7.
7, yeah. So you get to look at.
So it cost me 3
3.
to
Yeah, that's
normally
3
buy,
total.
Okay.
and I spent 2 extra, so I get to look at 2 extra cards,
Extra
right?
card, Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
3 cards.
I gotcha. But you were already looking at one.
Yeah, I don't even need to look at the others.
You're such a cheater.
Look at though.
You're gonna get
Look at what I did for you.
stuff for free eventually here.
That is the goal.
Is there a minimum buy limit?
No, I don't think so.
Can you get paid to take it?
-1 buy.
See, I need that card because with this card I can buy.
I know. That's. I
Goodness.
wanted that, and you took it from me.
Alright, so I'm going to mine my planets.
It would have been bad. You've been just sitting there buying cards over and over.
It would have
So,
been just an infinite loop.
each planet
Everybody
produces
said it's
1.
free. I can't stop.
So that's a point.
Business sale.
Okay.
Do you want a ship? You want to explore a planet?
I got ships. I got ships all day.
What's another
We got
one?
New technology.
Let me see.
Okay.
I'll choose the lower to get the point.
Kind of screwed me on that one.
And oddly enough, what's the third?
I'm not surprised.
I'm a little surprised. Will you give me 3 victory points, Jeff?
So it's updated on the website. What?
3 victory points, please.
3 victory points.
And then I will discard this one.
Let's see if I can update this here.
When you trade, is there a oh yeah, you're still limited by your assembly limit, right, for trading?
Yes.
Okay, unless the card says otherwise.
Yeah, unless the card it raises your assembly limit.
All right. Are you done? Is it my turn?
It's my turn.
Oh. 3, 4, 9, 7.
You're so good at giving the thumbs up. Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Get your Egyptian people thumbs up away from
We're
me.
peaceful. We give you thumb kisses.
Did you say herpes full?
Egyptian. Yeah, he did.
All right, I'm
The
going
other
to
side
spend
is-
5, and I'm going
Maybe
to
this chick. I
do
don't know.
calcine out
Maybe
here. And drop
Who's
some.
the famous cosplayer chick that's not just Nagiri?
Yo Han. She's gonna be at Gen Con this year. She's judging the Comic Con contest, or the comic. God, I can't talk today.
I'm with you.
The cosplay contest at Gen Con this year.
It's a little gross, but I gotta look it up. Hold on, what's her name?
It's a little gross. You paid 5 for that, sucker?
Yes, I did. Whoa, whoa. Is that all the 2-cent ones on the bottom? Okay.
Belle Delphine?
I've never heard
Yeah.
of that.
I've heard of her.
So she apparently sold her used bathwater to people,
Oh, yeah.
and then recently found out that she had herpes, so people potentially got herpes from...
I'm pretty sure it's illegal to sell stuff like that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure.
No, it's not. You can sell stuff like that. It's illegal to knowingly sell.
It's
it.
illegal to ship it.
it's illegal to knowingly sell it
'Cause-
if you're ignorant of the fact that you had it.
No. I mean like dirty things like that. Because there's some girl who was selling her dirty underwear or something, or not dirty, worn underwear,
Yeah.
and they hit her with mailing, like bio, whatever stuff. They hit her with some sort of.
Well,
But I guess if it was sealed and all
right,
that,
I was gonna
then,
say, yeah. I mean,
I heard
she
somebody-
might have just had hers in a pouch and not
Yeah.
anything going
I heard on
on.
the radio somebody was like licking.
We
the
should
ice
ask
cream
Josh
at
how he got
stores.
how it came
Yeah.
to
They got arrested.
yeah, 'cause
Charged with something.
they did, and there was also another guy who recorded himself opening up an iced tea jug, like the big ones or whatever, and
Yeah.
spitting in it and putting it back on the shelf. So like
yeah.
that's a new thing going around now.
Oh, that's nice.
I saw some meme that was like when you want to have ice cream but you can't trust fools, and they were cutting off the top of their ice cream container with like a big knife. Oh, Matt, what do I
Oh, that's
wanna
why I
do
appreciate
here?
the sealed ones.
Yeah. All right, I want to pay
I'm gonna pay nothing to get everything.
7, 9 to build this planet here, which gives me a victory point.
Is it a different type still?
Oh no, I always get 1 victory point whenever I discover. I get 2 victory points of different type.
What a hacker, dude.
That one right there.
Ken, it's like you're building some sort of engine.
No, I don't like engines. Stay far, far away from those.
I'm gonna get another alien artifact.
That's why you haven't
3,
built a ship
6,
yet.
9, 10, 11, 12.
That's your race's problem. No engines, no
Mhm.
ship. What
Be good.
you thinking, Steve?
Nothing. I'm gonna have to look over. There may be a couple things that aren't quite right.
I can play these at any time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yarp. Here come the men in black. Has anyone seen that movie? Not the original. The new
Yes,
one.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
I'll just do it
no,
now.
I haven't. Heard
Draw
it was a
2
turd.
science things. Draw 1 add to your empire. Hopefully the next one's good.
The top one was good.
No, was it?
It's like,
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, the new Men in Black I heard was kind of.
yeah, it's already out of theaters.
Yeah.
And well, it has one show
Then
time
we
in
get
a
to
while.
see the other
So
side
Is it?
too, and the other side produces points
points, baby, points.
now and or later. So
I might go see Spider-Man this weekend.
You should.
I got the house to myself.
Your daughter.
So,
Oh, okay. I would say Jonah liked it. It.
now
The villain
So is
was a
that
little
just
complex for him to
total
understand. I'll say that.
right
on the either side?
the wife and daughter
no,
going
in
to
your
the
empire, so that
Great
means
Wolf Lodge
it not
for,
under
like, a Girl
construction,
Scout
but
thing, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
Operational.
on the side in logistics or
Target Falls.
operational.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Because like the planets, we said only develop on the operational ones, which is the ones flipped on this side.
they still count as one toward your thing though,
Okay.
because they have this planet symbol in the cornerstone. Notice,
Yeah.
right? So whether they're operational or they
logistical.
still count right, unless it says specifically one or the other.
No.
It's
Okay.
either.
But you're sure? You're 100% sure I don't mind on that? Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay. For the time.
Yeah, because it says operational specifically for mining, so that's why.
Okay, I'll build this guy.
Alright.
Here you go, Steve.
All right.
We're pretty peaceful. Steve's the only one that's attacked. So poor alien.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't even observe the Prime Directive. Just went right after him.
I had a prime directive. Let me tell you
They
that.
had like sticks.
Trees don't grow on my planet. I'm the community. Yeah.
Oh,
Clones
shoot,
can't
I
stand
think I-
community.
What's that?
They struggle
Clones
for
can't
their lives
stand
every day,
community.
dealing with the dangers of space, relatively low tech equipment, and a lack of well-educated specialists, and they like it that way.
This
Alright.
army of identical clone soldiers are controlled by a single post-human mind.
Oh, I have mine.
All right. So
They travel the galaxies as a single fleet or inhabit one colony at a time.
6, 4.
They just grab each other's ankles and
Although
fly off.
they keep their numbers a secret,
They
there
like
may be-
spin. It's like a helicopter.
There may be as many as 100 clan minds in the universe. The clone clans have challenged one of humanity's greatest taboos and are still paying the cost.
All right.
They took our job.
I'm going to spend 5 and activate the Mishi TI-86 mapping, and I'm going to go for an exploit planet. Oh. All right.
Another one.
construction area.
Dang. Load up.
And
Mount up.
I'm going to drop. Whoops. That one. Go ahead.
Alright, I will complete this one. I got 7 to complete my galaxy mapping servers. Now I get 1, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Woo. I think you get 2
is it 2?
because there's not a matching.
Oh, right. Both. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, cool.
Yep.
For that, and then...
Are you discarding that card?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
keeping it. 2, please.
I'm taking 6 monies. I'll keep this card.
That was a good draw.
Taking 6 money. Did you draw 2?
Yep. I should. Yeah. Blah, blah. These cards are garbage.
Yeah, right?
I was debating, but I was like, oh, I just looked. Never mind. I can't change my mind.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to spend 5, and I'm going to put this guy out. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to
Are you eating your card?
and
I just
I'm
like
going to go ahead and I'm going to
Delicious cards.
should I have done that?
You're just jealous of my devotion to Shrek.
the heater. Can't be. For or the air.
Air conditioning, yeah. It is summertime.
All right, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attack the alien system with this guy.
Wow, what a jerk.
Yeah, what they do to you?
All kinds of stuff. 4 plus 1, 5.
You know, you're the alien to them.
It's true.
Yeah, but that's okay.
You're trying to
So
enslave
I can
their
either
women.
gain a victory point or a alien artifact. So I'm going to take an alien artifact.
Hopefully it's better than most of mine.
And
Not been fun.
this will go here, and that'll come out there. And then let me see what I want to do here.
Steve got 5.
1,000.
Wow. If he got 5, he gets nothing.
Wow.
It only goes up to 4.
That's true.
It doesn't say 4 or more.
So, all right.
He got a 5. Max is at 4 though.
Oh, and I gain
Not
a
gonna
victory
say that.
point and also 3 money.
We've reshuffled the deck again. I
Oh,
forgot
no,
to move
no, no,
that
no,
now,
no.
Didn't I?
Put me down 1 victory point. It's the wrong thing. Sorry. My bad.
We've definitely reshuffled the deck twice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. I forgot to move it last time.
Yep.
I remember going.
Your turn.
I only
Paul.
saw the
Alright,
last
I'm
card.
developing Vera.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Language.
Big 5. For that one, and just 2. Thank you, sir.
3, 4, 5. That's 10 to build now, huh? I'm gonna go 1, 2.
1,
Yeah,
2, both
3.
Joe shoe.
And look at planets here. Oh, I should have stopped at 2.
Ooh, you put a good one up, actually. Thanks.
Yeah.
Ainamore 8.
I heard all the dumb people go there named Joe.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to get rid of. They're trying to get away from the super dumb people named Matt.
He rides on a
All right.
cyclone.
At least I have 2 ships.
At least I have 2 ships. We travel on our New Frontier program. That's why we don't need ships.
You travel
It
on
beams
your,
us up.
I thought you traveled on your cyclones.
I didn't read the last sentence here. It says, "Intolerated by most, they suffer casualties all over the star systems when they are
Go ahead,
found."
Steve.
So they have to go into hiding.
I'm going to discard this one.
I still think you traveled on your cyclones.
Go ahead, Steve.
Cyclones.
See? So good I had to say it twice.
Wow. 2,
I still remember
6.
with the chocolate milk. You're like, here comes the chocolate milk.
Yeah. That part was pretty good.
Thanks.
That was the only part that wasn't good, but it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you should have just made that repeated for 30 minutes.
Something like that.
Just make it an earworm.
I thought about making a loop for like a 10-minute loop of you going, ooh, ooh, like just crying.
Just for your own pleasure.
No, I just made putting it
Actually,
on.
you should gifify a couple things from that for us to use.
Yeah,
You can do me crying, you saying "Here comes the chocolate milk."
yeah. You can't.
You can
have,
make-
you can't have words in a GIF. No sound.
You can put words.
Yeah, just flash.
I guess I could. Here comes chocolate.
Man, oh, too bad.
I made a GIF for you, but you never. I couldn't send it because Facebook was broken the day I made it.
I would like a repeat of Josh going. You're like, no, Josh. I'm like, yes, please don't make the noise.
Yes.
I am barely not puking right now.
Like my favorite part of the entire video is Steve, are you okay? Yeah.
Yeah, you like
He's
wipe
rubbing
your
his
tongue.
tongue with a
Yeah,
a napkin.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
helping.
I was just, and it did. It helped a lot because there's a lot of crap that
You
came
don't
out
look
there.
okay, Steve.
Nope, I didn't look okay, but I still made it somehow. All right,
like
I'm
elder
going
abuse
to.
or
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna spend my alien artifact, a fusion reactor. I get 6 of whatever I want to do. So it's and it also doesn't change my limit. So that's 6,
6 of whatever you want to do.
4. So 6.
Oh,
It's gold. So
Okay.
it's 6 or whatever.
And it allows him to exceed his assembly limits.
Right.
With
So
that
I
card.
technically can add more to it.
So that'd be
This thing will
That's,
give us a lot of
5, 6, 7,
horsepower.
8, 7, 6. So that's 6. So I'm gonna put.
Can I see your character card?
Which one? This one?
Yeah. It's an expansion card. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Okay.
Yes.
The ones that say expansion.
And
That. These are logistics.
the middle ones.
Oh, I just realized exploitation is one of these symbols. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the recycle one. Shit.
and
I gain 1 victory point for each logistics blue.
For some reason, I thought it was like, yeah,
These are
the
all-
ones.
Okay,
I thought it was the ones you flipped to the side because you exploited them.
Oh, it's this type?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the recycle symbol.
I just
I
wanted,
know.
5.
Whoopsie.
Like, son of a bitch.
you said 2, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 3. Actually, then.
I'm going to go with 3.
Joe, don't make me come over there.
Bring it, sucker. Okay,
Battle of the
I'm going
Titans.
to prepare resources. How's that sound?
What are you doing?
Preparing resources so I can put multiple resources and cards in the same row, right?
It'd be a
Preparing
first,
resources.
but
Let me
know.
look here.
the first.
That would be useful to prep for later.
Choose one
You're just
row
adding all
of your
kinds of
under.
new.
Choose one row of your under construction area, ships, technologies, or planets. You may attach resources to cards in the chosen row
Yep.
by tucking them under the card with the appropriate resource symbol showing. Resources attached to a card in your under construction area are used to pay for that card and do not count toward assembly. So you want the thing underneath. It should be
Oh,
sticking out
okay,
the
like
bottom.
this. Okay.
Yep.
The appropriate resource?
Green ones.
Oh, okay.
Right. The assembly limit applies when taking the prepare resources option.
Okay.
So however, cards that modify your assembly limit for build, develop, and discover also apply when you prepare.
I'm a little salty. It would have been good to know that.
Steve definitely went over that in
Yeah.
the beginning.
And I
remember
literally
it.
think there, that, you know, and it definitely says that's an option to something to do.
No,
so.
it's my own fault.
As long as you're admitting it, doesn't matter. Are you done then, Joe?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. You're up, Matt.
All these
Your turn to
rules.
try. Thanks.
See,
That's
you
where
get-
we're
you
going.
get
We
to
don't
write it
need
in.
rules.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm so excited now.
Or
Yay.
no stinking badges.
I'm so
Two,
excited.
4,
I
6.
cannot fight it,
I'm gonna
baby.
build this.
You better take it easy there.
No.
Yeah. And I'm gonna discard this too. But first, I add 3 here. This has got the symbol. I'll put it that way. So
You
there's
get a victory point?
points. Neither of those do, but I have to put it on the lower. Oh, I dislike that you have to put it on the lower one.
You shouldn't explain so many planets.
Well, I thought
I know. He thought he got points for having exploited planets.
But it's the exploitation symbol, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, almost for sure.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Mistakes are what I made.
All right. All right. I'm going to spend 5, and I'm going to
How are you supposed to get 9 planets?
drop
That's possible.
You just
Sure.
have to get a lot of green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that has to be your
Oh, you didn't want me to
hardcore
explain?
choice.
No, this is a theoretical
Rhetorical?
question. Rhetorical, not theoretical. Rhetorical
It's both of
question.
those things.
There's enough of a theory about
How
this.
do you get 9 planets?
See you with beakers and. All right.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
When you trade
You
in,
looked
can you
at
use
me.
the gold resource too?
Yeah, I was looking at your stuff. I was trying to decide
So
if
I can
wanted
get
to
5 gold
Yes.
for that?
attack
Okay.
somebody or do something else.
That is correct.
Yeah. All right. So. Actually, no. I'm not going to do that for that. I'm going to do those
That's so gross.
and drop that guy onto there.
I just.
Yep. People are weird.
Go ahead.
Strange. All right. I'm gonna turn that in for 6.
Thirsty gamer
And
boys.
I have 3.
Thirsty gamer boys. I mean, that makes sense. Are you done, sir?
That was like the fastest turn ever.
All right. So I have 2, 5, plus 5 more here, for a total of 10 to build this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5.
What was it?
2, 5,
Mhm.
2, 3 is 10. So 5 here, 5 here.
Okay.
Because I get +1 for
Right,
each
right,
resource
right,
card I
right,
play.
right.
2, 4, 6. Not close enough yet. Alright. Nope, I don't draw from there. I draw from here.
You really don't.
Oi!
That'll teach you.
Matt! It's your turn. Take it
I'm gonna take 4 gold.
to the limit,
And I'll keep this.
baby.
Son of a. Pass the point.
Wait. I forgot to get my victory point for building a planet.
You're so full of hacks, dude.
So special.
I'm sorry, for discovering a planet.
You didn't actually build the planet. It's like the leftover clones. They just ball up and create a planet.
Why do you hate the clone so much, Paul? What do you got against? What do you got against?
They don't
us?
have ships.
What do you got
It's
against? I'll get a ship and I will blow up your planets. It'll be the worst mistake you ever made.
Actually, we should start attacking Joe.
Yeah, that'd be. A good
No, you
idea.
shouldn't. You should start attacking Matt with all of his stupid exploited planets over here and his millions of resources and his 4 alien artifacts he has.
It's 1.
You've had 2 others though you've used.
It's not my fault they weren't useful.
It's really not. I'm gonna get one. It's gonna be like everything. Reduce the cost of all your actions by 2.
Every action is free for the next 12 turns. That's probably the card, yeah.
It's gonna be.
It says for 12 players and up, but we'll
Alright,
use
I'm
it
gonna
in
drop
this game.
that for 5. 1, 2,
It's okay.
3, 4, 5.
This is for
Yes, this game goes up
assembly
to.
of people.
This game goes to 20 players normally. We're just playing it with 4. Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
Alright, what do we got here?
Oh my god, Paul, are you done?
What's this
I'll
cost?
just buy things at random.
So-
Alright.
Yeah, don't even look.
yeah,
That's
yeah, what
that's
do
for
I need?
chumps.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I need to spend 8.
No, you can't
I
read the
know.
other side.
I'm not gonna look at the side. I just can't read the damn thing. I'm not gonna look.
I don't want to see what it is because I'm interested in a lot of technology cards.
Alright, I'll keep it covered. Fools.
Steve's so mad right now.
I ain't mad. I'm just like, you guys are too much.
I wish we.
That's too much,
You know what we need to
man.
play
Hey,
with Josh on stream?
Alright.
Trains.
Oh, Information Central.
He got
He was getting so pissed.
Alright, so
And he was winning.
It's a good
I
game.
will
It is.
so I can buy 2. I'm gonna purchase
Oh boy!
this one. So
Oh,
I only need
I'm gonna-
I only need one money
you
to
can
buy.
suck it.
I only need one money to buy.
Suck it.
I'll buy a second.
You leave that
you
alone.
have an
I have
ability
a
to
card.
Leave it alone.
When you buy it, you may buy it again.
Oh, okay.
Let me compensate for all these
So I
shitty
don't
alien
need to buy
artifacts.
second hand, but yeah,
Did that card again. I promise.
Well, I
Oh
see
no,
that.
he can buy again.
Yes.
Buy it. Buy the shit
Don't
out
buy
of
that.
it,
You know
Paul.
that's
It's so
garbage.
good.
No.
I will be happy with you getting it, just so Joe doesn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, this one's
So
gonna be
happy
even
now.
better.
So that costs you.
Oh,
That's good for
Minus
Steve.
2,
I
10,
know.
minus 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So 6. Yep.
Yep. I was at 11, so yep, I'm good. And then
did you were at 11?
1,000.
yeah, I was at 11.
1,000.
And he has a reduction of 2 anyways.
So you spent 6?
You can buy more than one,
No,
sure.
8, right? Because it was 10.
Reduces
It's
by
5
two when
each
you-
one.
Right. So that's 10 and
Yeah.
minus 2. It'd be 8.
But you
right?
bought
2
twice.
each time.
Oh, okay.
So you should have 2 more money.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good call. Okay.
Silly goose.
It bothers me how it's
Thank
not
you very much.
fives.
Yeah, that's garbage.
That's all
Well,
I'm gonna do.
That's all you're going to do.
Yeah.
Joe, you're up.
you don't want to discard any cards.
I do not.
He wants to discard a lot of cards.
All right, let's see here.
Good card.
2, 4, 6. And I need 11. 6. 2, 4, 6. This would be 6 more. Okay. There's 6 more. Because it's 3 per card, because I get +1 per card. Okay. So I build this, which gives me 2 victory points, because I have not built this type of planet before.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'll draw. And how many planets is that for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
Matt,
7. Baby. Oh man, this
I'll
would be
do
good for Steve.
3,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
5.
Oh yeah.
And I will mine my planets. This one this does not have that symbol.
You only mine your exploited planets? Is that how it works?
Yeah, does not. Jesus, does not.
Swing and a miss.
Doesn't either.
That card. Man, that card would be devastating getting in the beginning.
Hmm.
To be drawn 4.
Yeah.
And then I
Doesn't really
will-
help me that much because I don't have any assembly things.
Right.
So I can always only use
I'll
2
discard
cards.
both.
I guess it gives you more options though,
Yeah.
so.
More chance of getting the 3s.
We're getting low.
We down another
all
round.
right. 1,
Low,
2,
low,
3.
low,
I'm
low.
gonna buy that.
Yeah. That's a good one for you.
And I'll drop that and gain 1. Like,
When you discover, not exploit, sir.
It's the same thing. That's discovering a planet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you transfer it over.
Okay.
And I don't think it's actually just exploiting. Because it's an operational planet versus a logistical
Oh, okay.
planet.
Exploiting it.
right, if it's the exploit thing, it's how many of the exploit symbol. So it's the one that looks like a recycle symbol.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna turn those for 4. 2 cards, please. Yes. Thank you.
You're up, Joe.
Hmm? Whoa.
Whoa. Decisions.
Oh, I can look at the back too, can I?
Two different actions for someone. Oh.
Right? I don't know.
Did you see the one that came up?
That's not bad.
Oh, it'd be easy for me.
Yeah. I think I'll take this one actually. I don't know if about that 2 actions one.
Yeah, because it was only one card.
And discard this one. And end the round.
Do you need any more? You have 3 in your
Yep,
hand?
I'm good.
Your turn, Matt. Unless
Baby,
you draw
are
off
you
the
down,
deck.
down? Yeah.
Serenade me, Joe.
Even when the sky is falling down, my phone died.
Yeah, I'm gonna mine. Those go to the discard, right? Because I would have. There would
Yes.
be a new.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many you get?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I mean
Card.
resource cards. Is that what you get?
No, he paid
Oh,
to mine.
Yeah, I
you're
need to mine.
Go ahead.
Oh,
1 victory point.
Wow. It's per planet?
It's
Yeah.
if they match.
Wow.
oh,
Wow.
2
victory
victory
points.
points.
If you put it that way, but why wouldn't you? Because you're just doing it to get
3
money.
victory points.
Wow.
nice.
And then I will keep this one. Well, yeah. That sucks. Go ahead, Steve. There was a couple science ones where you got based off how many you have. I wish I would have one of those. But
Yeah.
I don't know what's on the back. I think it was one of these actually. Meow, 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 meow.
This does not feel like a 4X game to me. At all.
It kind of is. There was
Well,
a similar.
I'm enjoying it, but I mean, it feels more like an engine building game than a
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So,
but
4X
I
game.
don't feel like that's like incredibly far from each other, though, in one sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
true. Maybe we should fight each other more.
That's just rude.
I don't even understand. So, say I attack you. What am I attacking?
You attack against this, so
Yeah.
you'd reveal the card, you'd use your thing, and then what happens is depending on what you get, then you would be able to place blockade tokens onto them and possibly other
On
things.
any cards.
So blockade tokens on any defender card, 2 blockade tokens on any defender card. This one, plus the defender loses a victory point, so you could actually make them lose victory
How do you
points.
get
every time.
defense plans?
I think a new one just comes up each.
No.
No.
You
Yeah,
get the
I was
defense
wondering about that,
plans by putting a certain type of ship into play, which I
Oh.
think I actually
Oh,
did
okay.
one, and I didn't get one, but I have
Probably
to
on
double check
the-
that. I
the
went to
other
look
side.
that up at one point, and then it was my turn, and I was trying to get away from it. Let me.
Don
I'll
had a
tell
game
you
that
in
was
one
really
second.
similar to this.
I gotta look.
Yeah, we play a lot of games.
Games.
Josh had Imperial Settlers, which is a lot like this. And we played that once, and we never attacked each other. And the last round of the game literally took 2 hours.
Really?
And
Nice.
the first 3 or 4 rounds took like an hour.
Yeah,
But because
that-
we never attacked each other,
right,
Right.
but
we had like a
but
million
most
things
people would not
activated
do
on
that.
every turn.
Yeah, but most people wouldn't do something like that. You know, like in most cases, you wouldn't necessarily have that kind of situation. Go ahead.
You went the pacifist route.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Stop it!
Alright, I'm gonna
What did I just tell you?
develop this technology.
I want to recycle it. I don't want to take up a bunch of room in my recycling bin.
I get a victory.
I have 2 for some reason. How many do you have?
They gave us 2 as well.
Okay. I never know when they go because the schedule's always weird.
I know.
Please.
Are you sure?
And then half the time when I put it out when they're supposed to come, they don't pick it up.
They don't want.
So
They
it's
don't
just there, like one's full and the other's just half full.
I see how that works.
Come on,
I
Duran.
should've
When do you
done that a
take
little
your
bit different.
recycling out?
I should have done that a little differently.
2, 4. So that takes care of these. So I need 5 to build a blue. I will develop this one.
Are you sure?
Do I get it right away? I'm just kidding. Steve, Paul asked that earlier.
I
Remember?
know.
Get
Can you-
one right away.
Whenever I develop a blue, I gain 2 money now.
Hey, I just want points. That's all.
It's a fair statement.
Well, you cheat.
Matthew.
I should just mine every turn. That should be what I do the rest of the game.
Keep mining for points.
It's not much. Because then I have no end game stuff. I should probably, like, get something else, right? That'd be helpful.
I mean, as long as you keep having the 5 planets, I guess it makes sense.
Ish?
Well, I meant, to do the mining.
Oh.
If you're not getting the 5 planets, like if you're not getting 5 planets, that's where you wouldn't be able to do it. Because you have to have 5 planets to do the mine.
Oh, money. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like 5
I misunderstood.
Resources,
Yeah,
I was like,
5
yeah,
planet
I have 4 planets. What are you talking about? I can do this.
You just can't use the gold for those or anything else. It
Right.
can only be the planets, yeah.
There we go.
But since I have resources on the planets, I generally have it.
Maybe
Right,
don't
you're still
worry.
limited to your assembly limit, so you still have to have 5
Yeah.
between 2 cards. So that makes a difference as well.
Alright, screw it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Wow. Is it a good one?
Oh, well.
Seem underwhelmed.
Are you done?
I mean, I need to draw cards, but yes.
Okay.
Them artifacts, you never know.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Nah,
I thought they would
Yeah,
break
bruh.
the game.
Yeah.
They have not broken the game so far.
just broken your game.
Broken your will to live.
All right, so I'm going to spend 4, right? That's enough.
How did you buy more than one?
I have a card.
Okay.
Yeah, when you buy, you can
Alright.
buy again.
So I'm going to spend 6
1,000.
to put this guy into play. So, so if I had 4, that's the only thing I'm not sure about how that goes. Hold on a second, make sure.
I'm gonna run upstairs and plug my phone in real quick.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Place your technology in your empire with the operational sign face up. Draw the top card of the resource deck. Okay. Alright, so draw the top card of the resource deck. So if either section of the card matches the type of technology you just developed, score the card. So it does. So that's that. When you score an operation technology for an engine, you only score the highest value that you can complete.
Well, you just built that, right?
That's exactly what you do during Sell to the Corporation.
Okay.
That's what you do is literally make this go off, and you check for the in-game thing, and then at the end game you get to do that. If you want to set it off again, you have to do the gain revenue and set it off a second
Okay,
time.
I didn't know you had to draw a card to see if it went off when you first built it.
Yeah, that's.
I thought it just happened.
This is the first
What
one
was
to do
that
it.
for?
That he didn't
Score
roll-
any of
Yeah,
those.
he said
Okay.
he couldn't score anything
Yeah.
anyways, so he didn't draw the card. He should have, but he didn't. And again, we didn't go over it. He's like, I'm just going to do this thing.
Right.
And so, it's his own fault for not doing it. At the end of the game, this technology will score you additional. So, I have 4, but I also have 4 planets of a different type. So that's worth 2 victory points for me. So, 1, 2, and I think that's all I'm doing there other than drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. And your turn.
Alright, I am going to purchase this card. Alright, and that's for 3, and then
So, Joe, when you turn one of these over and you have it on this side, you reveal the top card from there. And if one of the 2 symbols matches this, then you can score it. If it doesn't, you don't score it during that round.
Okay.
So technically, we should have burned 2 more cards for you for one thing, but also you could have still scored had there been any points for whatever you could do
yeah,
for any of
I
them.
couldn't have got points
Right.
for them, but
But it's still we still should have burned the cards apparently. Okay. 2 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. I'm going to spend 5 to try and do gain revenue.
Okay. So, turn over the top card.
So draw and reveal 1 for each operational in your empire.
Right. So start with the first operational.
Are these operational?
Nope. The operationals are just those.
Okay. It matches.
It matches. Okay.
Yep.
So then what? So move your stuff over as you can see.
Yeah.
For your round.
Well, I don't get end game scoring, right?
No, you don't get the end game. But what's the one that's the highest on there that you can complete?
4 logistics planets of a different type, which I have, so I get 3 victory points for that.
Okay. All right. And then do the next one.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
All right. And that's how that works.
Okay.
But that could be big points for you too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Baby, don't worry. You're mine.
I'm just gonna mine.
6, 7.
1 victory point. 2 victory point.
Yeah.
3 victory point. 3 victory point.
Okay.
And let's draw 1 card. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna drop those to gain 5 money. Okay.
You should just buy every alien artifact.
I don't know how helpful they're gonna be.
Maybe there'll be one that's like, get 10 victory points.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna dump this for 2.
Dang, boy.
I could use the ships or the planets.
Both if I could, but
Go ahead.
all right.
Going to put this here and discard that. Wow.
Good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this.
It's a good one. I was gonna pick that one up if I hadn't.
Bitch. I'll discard this.
I think additionally can be done on every turn. I bet.
Well, then why would one say ongoing and one additionally?
Oh, good question.
I would assume
don't know.
additionally is probably just when you build it.
Additionally, cards with the keyword triggered during the action step. These cards grant you a special bonus in addition to your 1 action.
No.
You choose to use these bonuses before or after you perform 1 action. And I actually did read that out before, and I totally had forgotten about it too. I've looked at several that were additionally and ignored them because I didn't think that they worked that way. So yeah. So anything that says additionally, you can use before or after your action, your actual action on your turn. I wanted a different thing there. You know what though? 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and buy that. Go ahead.
That. 4, 5. 2 cards, please.
Okay, I'm gonna gain 6 money. Yep. And pass. And pass.
I'll gain 15 money.
Oh.
That's one of them. Take this straight to the bank. That's what it says.
Oh,
Straight to the bank, nowhere else. Crap. 7,
Screw it, I guess. Alright, so 3,
3 more. Okay.
4, 5. I'll mine. It's 1. Two. Just 2. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay.
How many did you draw?
How many?
Did you just draw? Did you draw 2?
4.
No, I mean into your hand to read. To
1.
your- 1. How did you pay for the mining?
3, 4, 5.
Then
I pulled one off the planet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how you paid for it. That's all.
elite
Good.
hacks. That's how.
No, that's fine. I just didn't know. All right.
Oh. Really, Matt?
Yeah, because I'm going to do it again and I have no table left.
Get your exploited planets out of my business.
Really, I should have exploited more, I guess.
This is my business space.
planets can only have so much.
That's not true. You mine them until they're depleted. Until they're
That's what
gone.
I'm saying. I think they're depleted by now.
It's not telling me to floop the pig, so...
Holy cow.
All right. I'm gonna spend 3 more, and I'm gonna get that guy.
Floop the pig.
I'm gonna
I need something to increase my
purchase this.
whatever spending limit for ships.
I'm gonna drop that. And drop it.
You okay? Alright. I'll just get this.
Yep.
That one.
Excuse me.
Just dump this card.
That's it.
Yeah,
So how many?
just one. Okay.
Joe.
I'll spend 3. And I'm good. Okay.
Okay. We're running low on cards, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Forget it. Alright. Let's, mine.
Okay.
That's 1. 2. 3. 3. That'll be it.
No draw.
He's been
He spent one
okay.
out of his hand, I thought. Yeah, I just didn't want you to be short the next turn.
Yeah, Matt.
Alright, so I'm going to spend 5, technically, 6, whatever, to put this guy out. And then... Yeah, I think when I put one of those, hold on a second. Build a ship.
Yes. Stop pointing at me. It's very rude.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
I gotta wait for Steve.
You see, there's a new Kids on Bikes RPG coming out this year.
Oh, is there? Oh, that's cool.
Kids in Space.
Oh, nice.
They're making a space one.
How did they get to space?
I was gonna say, are they like in space camp or something? I don't
Is he E.T.? Does he hop on the front?
Remember that 80s movie with all the kids go to space?
E.T.?
No, actual space.
I'm pretty sure no kids go to space in E.T.
No, they
Yeah,
just,
they're riding the bikes into space.
they don't
They're in
even
front of the moon.
upper atmosphere.
Is it the navigator?
Your definition of space is very different than the average person's
Technically
definition
mean a
of
space.
Technically,
of
they're
air.
always in space. Some sort of space.
Is it the navigator where it's the little kid in the like circle spacecraft that he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
Okay.
little talking thing.
What's the one with the arcade machine where
Okay.
they come and get them?
So if you
Oh, yeah, what is
played...
that one? It's like a bubble.
Okay,
that-
so nobody's
Yeah.
played them,
Yeah.
but if somebody
oh, no,
were
no.
to...
Last Starfighter is.
If
Yeah,
somebody were
that's
to
it.
have
That's
played
the one.
an
There's
exploit
another-
type ship, so the ship that
Yeah.
has this type, that's when you get a defense plan.
It probably
If
says
you
it
do.
on the back of them. If you
Yeah.
play an exploit type ship,
Ship. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
which no one has.
Nobody's done that so far.
Maybe
so.
I'll get one.
All right, so
Defend yourself at the end.
I don't recommend it.
I know, it seems like a waste now.
Easy talk.
Calm down, Joe.
Well, yeah, there's another
let's
one
just
where
run
they,
other players over.
the kids like in a dream like gets the schematics to build like a bubble that goes around this like junk ship that they build and goes off into space from the 80s too. I can't remember what it's called though.
Sounds awful.
That's my child.
Yeah, I remember that one too. I remember that one too, but I don't remember
Yeah.
this.
Alf. It's
All
Alf,
right.
right?
You
So,
probably know Crawl
I'm
as
gonna
well.
attack Matt.
Crawl?
Okay, they eat cats.
Yeah, Crawl. Crawl's the one that's got where the guy throws the blade that's got like a bunch of
It's
arms
got like
that
the
come
5
off of it.
blades off of it. And
Yeah, and it's like one of those where he goes into quest to find the Crawl blade, and it's one of those where it never lives up quite to the hype. I
Oh,
remember
okay.
wanting to watch it when I was a kid.
the
and I
Cyclops
never
and
got
that.
to
Oh my
see it.
god.
So I've only ever seen like
Oh, okay.
little
It
pieces of it,
sounds-
and it was never as good as it was supposed to be.
Huh.
All right, so 1
Oh,
plus
no.
2. So Matt. So I get to place one defender token on any card.
You got a 3, I thought you said. You said
1
1 plus 2.
plus 1.
Oh,
is 2.
okay, alright.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put that onto.
Can you blockade these so he can't?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Another player. No.
I'm not gonna win. I have like no end game points.
Do you need technologies?
Yeah,
Oh, you need those ones, don't you?
Yeah.
Or each operational planet. And that's
4.
only 4 points, so yeah. And each exploration. Oh, exploitation.
Card. So 1.
The one with the symbol,
Okay.
that ship-like symbol.
I don't know. Are these worth points at the end? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I hope.
All right, so I'm gonna put it onto
I concur.
that. Sure, whatever.
Suck it, Matt.
And that blockade cards with a blockade token are treated as if they were blank for all game purposes. However, if you want to use a card's ability that has a blockade token on it, you can spend 1 money for any blockade token present in order to do so. You can remove blockade tokens from your cards as an action, so you can choose to take the action instead of doing other ones.
Oh, I see.
So that, yeah. So,
You just only have to pay to use it.
yeah.
Oh.
Gotcha.
You
Um,
have 15 money.
I was gonna say you're sitting there with
Well,
mad dough.
considered blank, Does it?
Unless you pay the penny to use them.
Yeah, but what does it mean by blank?
It's
I mean,
worthless.
Essentially,
doesn't do
it
any-
doesn't exist, essentially.
Unless you pay.
So I don't think
Yeah.
you could use those under it either.
Okay.
It's
Because
not.
it's
It's
there's
not
a
super clear in
blockade.
here.
So essentially you can't get to
I
the
wasn't sure
planet.
if it's like, okay, you can't use any abilities on the card.
Well,
Yeah,
if,
that
if,
too.
if I put it onto that card, yeah, like if it was on a card like that, yeah, it's considered blank.
Okay.
It's considered as nothing
Use an
happens.
action to get
Yeah.
rid of it.
I guess
Your
if there
turn.
is clarification, that would be good.
Just gonna
Or just pay instead of getting rid of it.
develop this ship right here.
It'd be nice to know for sure it blocked mining.
And 2 cards, please.
Because it just says the card is blank. It doesn't say you can't mine it.
Finish this
Well, if
one
it's
off.
blank, it's no longer a operational planet.
Okay.
Because those words wouldn't be on there.
Does the money go to Steve, or do I just pay it?
I think you just pay it. But
Yeah,
that's
you
your.
know what I mean.
It doesn't go to Steve.
Yeah, there's no way, because multiples wouldn't be
But you,
marked.
you can't remove it unless you take
Take
your
an
action to do
action,
it.
Well, I mean, I'm going to end the game regardless. And who started Steve, right? So this would be the last round.
Mhm.
That sucks. I won't be able to. Well,
Baby, don't worry.
I'll mine. And I'll just pay one to use it.
Okay.
I should have done that the other way, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Flip flesh X. It's 1 for that.
X.
Oh, I forgot. Gain 2 money.
X. You guys are just moving stuff.
Wait,
My
wait,
turn to
wait,
move
wait.
stuff up.
Wait, hold on.
Dexterity game.
So don't mind.
I would say finish your mining.
You don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yes.
Victory point?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Another.
Oh my god. Stop.
Ermager.
Another.
Oh, what? 4?
There's no limit on mine.
So that's the end of the game, right?
It will be one. You can choose that now. That's the last.
Well, I gotta draw back up. I will. Alright, this will be my only shot at getting anything, I guess. I'll discard both and then draw back up.
Okay.
And that's the end. Okay, at the end of the game, you gain 3 additional turns. Shuffle the discard pile and create a new deck if needed.
Okay.
Holy crap.
That's why it's like, Joe would make great use of this. I'm not going to so much.
If you get 4 victory points each turn, or,
Right,
or
you're
2
gonna
or
be
3.
mining.
All mine.
I wonder what he'll do.
1, 2. No, it doesn't matter too much. 3.
Did you pay $1 to use that planet?
Yep.
Yeah.
1 turn.
I'll discard both. Draw 3. Damn it. What the hell can I even do? I guess I could buy and build something potentially. But I have a spending limit for that. I can't mine. Selling's pointless. Oh, I could do this. That would be worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that. So I'll spend 4 of the same type to gain 2 victory points. I'll discard 3 and draw 3.
Have you thought about maybe doing another one of those? Alien artifacts? I mean, you
That
have
would
a
have been
million
yeah,
resources.
that would have been a good idea.
I get 3 more.
I should have done that for 3 turns. Yeah, I
Oh,
totally
yeah,
forgot
I
I could do
didn't-
that.
Or even for 1 for that last one.
Yeah, you got one more.
Because depending on the 2 victory points. Yeah.
I mean, you're 13
so
victory
you're
points
in your last
ahead.
turn now. So
Yeah,
unless you're
it's either 2 victory points or see what an alien artifact does for me. All right.
Might do nothing.
3, 6,
It might be
7,
a lot.
8.
Right, maybe 3 more turns. I hope there's only one of those cards.
I'm sure there's only one of each one.
9, 10,
I'm 99% sure that they're all
They're all
individual. Yeah.
separate, yeah. That's
12. I'll buy an alien artifact.
Okay. Yeah, you may as well read it. Just,
read. You win the game.
That would be
Well,
a
I
cool
think
card.
it's useful or useless at this point.
Let's
Place this card face up on the table in front of you. Draw 6 resource cards and attach them here, with one section showing. You may use these revealed sections as though they were in hand.
Oh wow.
The container had all sorts of valuable resources.
Yep. And it's not gonna be-
Could have got 2 more points. If I lose by 2,
Yeah.
I won't though.
Well, yeah.
I'll lose by more.
Okay. All right. So, end game. You've already tracked the victory points you gained during the game and the victory point. Okay. So, so first things first. Gain 1 point for every card in your empire, planets, technologies, and ships. It doesn't. They don't have to be operational.
Oh,
just
wow.
everyone that's in your empire, not under construction.
Oh okay.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I would have to
7,
assume
8,
that
9,
doesn't
10,
include
11.
my mind resources.
No, it's not. It doesn't say resources specifically. It says planets, technologies, and ships.
How many you got, Matt?
11.
Paul?
12.
Steve?
11.
Okay.
Okay. Then check each operational technology in your empire. So the ones that are flipped over like this, and see if you can score for them. So Joe, what'd you get?
12 points.
12 total?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 7 there gives me 4 points, and then 4 logistics of planets of different types gives me 8 points, so 12.
Okay. And I have 4 of a different type, so that's 4 more points for this.
You are but.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then what was the other? There was one other thing that I thought was.
Score.
Our end scoring on our card?
Oh yeah, and then whatever your end scoring is on your bonus on your actual card thing does for you. So what does yours do, Joe?
So this one says gain 1 victory point for each logistics blue.
Okay.
And is that only these ones then?
Yeah,
and
only
not
the
these
ones that are like that are logistics. Yeah.
Okay.
I would assume I not being able to read it, but I'm assuming that.
Yeah, the white
makes
sides
sense.
are logistics.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that's 4 more
And the black
points.
sides are
Is it
operational.
each individual one or just all of them that are?
1 victory point for each logistics blue. And 1 victory point for each expansion card in your empire. Expansions are these ones. So I have 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the ones that look like cities.
3 more there.
Yeah, 3 total there. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you have?
I get 5 more points.
5 more.
Yep.
Nice. For each operational planet and for each exploration card. Nice.
Exploitation, yeah.
Oh, exploitation. Yeah.
That's why I
Either
misunderstood at the
entire
beginning,
empire,
thinking
yeah.
these were the
Yeah.
exploited cards.
I
Those are
gain.
operational planets, though, so I guess.
I get 1 for each operational
I was like, oh, I
ship,
double
so
down.
that's 2.
That's what I thought.
So I get 2 for that, but then I also get 1 for each extermination card, which is the target. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 more.
Okay. Paul.
8.
That's it.
Yep. 3 points,
That's
Matt.
I only would have been 1 behind you if I didn't do the.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But the next one could have been.
10 more turns.
Count this as any 1 card for the end of end game
So it
scoring.
would have been 1 point.
That
for
actually
two.
could, yeah. Well,
If you had
for
something
me
like
that would have
this,
been big,
yeah.
or yeah, for you. And that is the thing.
The
Getting
problem is
several
the-
of these could be very.
The only
useful.
one that I
Yeah.
got to score,
You know,
I couldn't
just
build the
those
stuff
all,
to
yeah.
even score with
Yeah.
it. So
So, so what do you guys think?
that's fun.
Yeah.
I liked it because technically, while it even though it was a relatively long game, the turns really moved. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
like,
they did.
bang,
we
bang,
could
bang,
pull-
bang, bang,
yeah,
bang. You
If I
know,
played
like,
it again, it'd be like,
yeah, you would have a much better idea what you wanted to do with things.
Yeah, I'll play this again.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
it's fun.
Yeah, I liked it. Ratings?
Sure. 8? 8?
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
8?
That's
Okay.
good for you for this I mean, you like engine builders better than you like deck builders, so that is, you know, like
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah. Paul.
Also 8. I was thinking 8.
No, you weren't. You're just copying me.
Next time, let me say something first.
I'm gonna copy Paul and say 8 because I was also thinking 8.
Wow.
I think it was a good solid game. And the spread between us wasn't that huge of a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you lap, but I'm sure you can like Joe playing this a second time would destroy people. I think because he's usually the type for to go for this type of things.
Yeah.
Like
The-
lots
the-
of scoring options.
Yeah, the
and
good
stuff,
thing
yeah.
too that counteracts Joe is he doesn't know what type of scoring it is.
Yeah.
Until he gets a hold of it.
Correct.
Right.
So he builds up his money. And just
Seeing that come up
Hey, to
in the
look.
middle of the game was like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Wow.
did mention that they were there, but yeah, but it was,
yeah.
you know.
I had
it's
no
like that.
idea.
Um,
I thought we had to buy with cards at
do
first.
an 8
The
or do
first
I do
round.
an 8.5? Because I do like it a lot. I'll go an 8,
Yeah.
but knowing that there are this nice pack of extra cards
Cool.
that add more resources, more ships, technologies, and planets, and more artifacts. So it gives you some of everything extra, and that's good. And then there's another little piece, but knowing that stuff's there, I'll go with an 8 and figure that it's probably better than that, even with with the expansion
yeah.
and stuff like that. And there was technically 2 more groups that we didn't play that would have their own
Abilities, yeah.
special powers and different starting type stuff too. So I feel like that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll give it a solid 8. Yeah,
Cool.
very much so. All right, excellent.
Easy to average out. You get an 8.
That's right.
Yeah.
Easy. Well, until next time then, my name is Joe,
I'm Matt.
I'm Steve.
I'm Paul.
and you've been watching Down the Vent.
We're gonna throw that at the camera. That'd be great.
Bye, everyone.